We could be chasing dreams. We know what's right, and we know how it feels. Yeah, we can do better. We can make a change for real. Yeah, we can do a lot better. We can be facing fears. We know what's up, and we know how to get there. Yeah, we can be stars. We can be the best. Just put us to the test and we'll show the world there's another way. If we just try a little every day, we can make it better. We can do better. We can be setting goals. We understand right down to the soul that we can do better. We can have a heart of gold. So let's step it up. Step it up. Step it up. We could be making moves. We know what time it is, and we know just what to do. Yeah, we could be on top, and you know it's true. If we just give ourselves a chance, we can show the world everything's gonna be okay. We just got to try a little every day, and we can make it better. Yeah, 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 yeah. We can make it better. We could be chasing
Oh my goodness. Peace and greetings. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Peace and greetings, everyone. Hi, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Welcome, 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 welcome on in. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and oh my goodness, got a special treat for everyone tonight. But as we get ready to dive into the share, I want us to take a moment. First of all, let's check in. How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? We are still in this powerful energy of the Lionsgate portal. Can you feel it? Can you definitely feel it? I'm sure some of you can feel it. Now, I'm not going to take too long on our introduction tonight because this is a special broadcast for more ways than one. But I want us, as we dive into this, let's definitely get those likes up. We want to get the likes up so we can let the Soul family know that we are live. I want to thank you all for checking in. Please let me know what city, what state, what country you are tuning in from, that you are tuning in from. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And then also, we'll talk about this afterwards, but oh my goodness, the Galactic E-Files are live. That's all I got to say. The Galactic E-Files are live. And yeah, we are going to be tapping into all of that mystic energy. And we'll talk about that a little later. I want to say thank you to everyone who has already signed up. And yeah, but welcome on in. I see our soul family is checking in from around the globe, from around the world. Yeah, it's Leo season. Happy born day to everyone in Leo season. But let's get into it because one of the things I want you to understand, there are conversations, and I'm always up for good conversations. And then there's records, as in things that will be archived as a spiritual marker in the records. And that's what's going on tonight. Well, at least it's night where I am. Currently, right now, we are broadcasting live from planet Earth. It is August the 12th. This is the final day of the Lionsgate portal. This is officially when we go into the 83-year cycle. The last time we have felt this energy was more than 83 years ago, which technically means that that was a past lifetime for many of us here. And so this is why so many things are happening. So many things are coming to the surface for you. You're feeling sort of this sense of things closing out and this newness that is coming about because we are sitting inside of a frequency that only shows up once in a cycle, a post-Lionsgate current, carrying the power of creation, carrying the energy of legacy and truth. And I want you to understand on this day, it's only right that we bring forward a voice that has not just watched what quote unquote we call the conscious community grow, but has helped shape the lens through which we see it. And so we are going to be welcoming a first, Brother Rich, to the platform. And many of you know him as Radiohead, BlackMagik363. But I want you to understand before the algorithms, before the YouTube streams, before the online world knew this very, very powerful brother's name, there was a young man that was selling DVDs of conscious events in New York City. He's been a student to many, an assistant to few, known by those that you may be familiar, such as Brother Shabazz and many, many others. He has trained in his craft, which documents many different things, until the day came when he stepped into his own lane. Mm, mhm. And I'll say this because truth is my currency. Our paths have crossed before this moment, and I was already deep into my work as the Oracle, the keeper of the Akashic records, a guide and a transformer of frequency, whether acknowledged publicly or not. Our enemies touched in ways that open new worlds. And that is the beauty of legacy. It moves in ways that history cannot write it down. And so tonight, we're not here for the fluff, not at all. We are here for more than surface stories. Really, I'm going to tell you honestly, we are here to document a pulse of a movement. And you're going to mark this day and mark this conversation down and come back to it. We are here to document the pulse of a movement, the conscious community, with all of its brilliance, all of its flaws, all of its potential. And I know that the words we speak tonight will travel beyond this moment. And so, without further ado, ah, let's welcome. Let's go ahead. We got to do this. We're going to go ahead and welcome Brother Rich. Brother Rich to the platform.
All right. Yeah, thank you for that intro, Miss Blue. Thank you for that intro.
Oh no, thank you so much, Brother Rich, for being here. My goodness. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited to have you on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I want us to just dive right in. I want to ask you a couple of questions, and we're just going to kind of flow with this. We're just going to kind of flow.
Mm-hmm.
Before there was BlackMagik363,
Mm-hmm.
there was you.
Mm-hmm.
What was the moment that first sort of kind of fire in you to speak to the world came to be?
You mean in question form, or you mean just like?
Any form that you knew, you know what? It's time for me to start speaking to the world. Whether that was through you interviewing people, just really connecting and speaking.
Well, I would say when I was about 19, and I was watching a Booker T. Coleman video, and he was talking about the Moors, and he was talking about the Sirius star constellation, and I knew that I wanted to contribute to that and be a major part of that, and add on in whatever way I can, whether it's speaking, action, questions, whatever. And that kind of like lit a spark in me that day that, we got these core moments in our life that we remember distinct days. And I never forget that day. Ever since that day, my life has been completely different. So shout out
Yeah.
to Booker T. Coleman.
Oh, yeah, definitely powerful.
Yeah.
Now, I would say there are stories people know about you,
Mm.
and then there are the one the ones that sort of shaped you when no one else was watching.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take us there? Because we know, we know there's stories that people know about you. But
Yeah.
then we know there are those ones when no one is watching that sort of kind of help shape you. Yeah.
Indeed. I would say I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say a standout moment. Like there's standout moments. So a standout moment, and standout moments is very personal. So sometimes when a person tells a story, it may not mean something to the outside world, but it
Yes.
completely shaped the way that person who experienced it lived after that.
Mhm.
And I remember two moments, like you said in the beginning, Shabazz played an instrumental role in the beginning stages of me filming. I want to thank him for allowing me to film for him in Brooklyn. I'm
Yeah.
like 23, 24, and he
Wow.
let me have my camera. He just let me film the greats, Bobby, Phil, Drew Pookrum, Francis Cress Wilson, all of them. So I want to thank him for that experience, and I also want to thank Sarnetta for
Yeah.
teaching me certain things. But a standout moment for me in terms of me finding out who I am, being at that young age. I'm probably at about 23 years old, and I would just always buy videos. Before I started, I got involved in the business aspect of it. I'm just supporting the brother Sarnet and the brother Big Man that was out in the streets at that time. And I remember it was raining, and Sarnetta was just standing there in the rain. He had on like a army fatigue suit. And I'm like, yo, bro, it's raining. And he's like, yeah, well, I got a family to feed. My brother just died, and this is what I do. This is what I love to do. And in my mind, I'm 23 or something like that. I'm like, damn, he out here in the rain, still working, still doing this, still doing that. So I learned a lot from his work ethic. If y'all see, I'm very laser focused in what I do outside of the information and BlackMagik363. Pretty much the only thing that gets my complete attention is my family. And I was pleased. I didn't grow up with a father, but I was pleased to I was honored to see a man be focused in his craft. So it's one thing to see Kobe Bryant on TV and to see the greats on TV or to read biographies about certain great men. But when you're a man to stand next to a man who has a certain level of discipline and a certain level of passion for what he loves to do that truly impacted how I approached
Mm,
consciousness from a business perspective and how I took it serious. So
mm.
I take what I do very serious. Everything is energy. My energy is not scattered all over the place. If it's not my family, my energy goes strictly to what I love doing, and that is being involved in this information. So I want to thank him. And another
Yeah.
key figure was my uncle Preston. He passed away, so I want to thank him as
Ashe.
well. But yeah, seeing that Ms.Blue, seeing being young and seeing older men have self-discipline
Yeah.
really like up close and personal, and see them persevere through no matter what was going on in their life, it really took me to that next level. Really did.
Wow. And that's where you formed your foundation for your discipline.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just to see that. Did you ever at that time, Brother Rich, see beyond that? Was there something? Think of it this way. If your channel and your work are a blueprint,
Mhm.
what was sort of the master vision behind it from the very beginning?
I want to be like how like in the music industry they have record labels, and the record labels, like let's say Barry Gordy has Motown and he has some of
Right.
the best artists in the world. I wanted to run my channel like it's a music label, and I got some of the
Mm,
best artists, speakers in the world coming on my channel, because we're music. They say we can't see music, but you see me and I'm music, I'm sound. They see
yeah.
you vibrating right now a certain frequency. We think we
Yeah.
can't hear it, but we hear it, we feel it. So we both playing a song right now. So everybody that
Right.
comes on my channel is playing a song. So I always look at it from a music approach, and I got a record label, and I got music artists that come on the record label and they play their song. So the song
Wow.
may be a love song, it may be an emotional song, it may
Mhm.
be a scientific song, a spiritual song, but everybody comes on my channel, and it's music. We just
I
don't
love
look at it
that.
that way, but it truly is.
Wow, that is so profound that you said that you see yourself like a record label, and you
Yeah,
have all these different genres and
exactly.
all of these different hits and the
Mhm,
greatest of the greatest
mhm,
coming on in. I love that, absolutely.
mhm.
So, if Black Magic 363 were a sound, just like you were saying, or a vibration, how would you describe it? And what is it meant to awaken within the people?
It would be, I wish I could play now. There's this damn, I can't play it now. There's this song from Kanye. It's funny you say that. There's this song from Kanye that uh it was on an album that never made it to the Apple Music because of whatever he was going through, and it
Yes.
describes me perfectly. It's very ethereal sound that has a lot of bass in it, a lot of thunder. Like
Mm,
it has to have some strong bass in it. I resonate with thunder a lot, so
yeah.
it's like I'm like a contradiction. I'm
Yeah.
earth and fire. I'm Virgo, and my moon is an Aries, so I'm like fire,
Oh, yeah.
earth at the same time. So I got
Mhm,
that earth element, that
mhm.
calm your earth element, but I also got a strong fire presence within
Yes.
me. So the sound would have to be a balance of fire and earth.
Fire and earth. And they actually complement each other very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire and earth, because this speaks to the constant rebirth.
Mm,
When you think about going through a rebirth and how, you think about an acorn and the life of an acorn and how, that fire that comes through that burns down that tree that has been there is
mhm,
really just the new beginning of a new legacy that
mhm.
is being born. You
Indeed,
understand?
indeed.
So, speaking of that, because and it's thundering here now. So the gods are blessing you. It's thundering here. You said you like thunder, and I heard doom, doom, doom. I said,
Me,
okay, okay.
like I thought something was wrong with me because thunder's supposed to be scary for people, but when
No,
I hear thunder, I be like, oh shit, oh yeah.
no.
I be
Thunder, like the god Thor. You think about the god Thor, and thunder is how we get the nutrients to get in the soil for the
Mhm,
food that we eat. So without the thundering,
Mhm.
Nothing would get sparked. This is the God spark. It's really sort of bringing heaven down to earth. Yeah. And I like in the chat, Shango, we know all of these different connections. But talking about legacy, what conversation of yours do you hope? Let's go into the future. What
Mhm.
conversation of yours do you hope someone discovered 100 years from now, and why? If they could discover a conversation with Brother Rich 100 years from now, what would be that conversation? And why would you hope someone discovered it?
It would probably have to deal with one of my conversations that I have on the ability for us to create our reality. And I feel
Mm,
like that's something that humanity keeps missing, no matter what messenger comes down here, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Buddha. Um,
mm, yeah.
Humanity ends up calling them a scam artist, or they worship the devil or whatever. And it's like, when are we going to realize that we have the ability to create our reality? And it's like Jesus said what he said, whoever he was, whatever name he went by, and he said, the
Mm,
works I do, you could do him better. And
yes.
people just completely skip over that. They act like he didn't say that, but he said it in
Yes.
in the writing. So I hope that one of my conversations where I talk about the aspect of us being powerful beings who could create and manifest our reality. I hope that I'm up there with one of the greats, and eventually humanity will be like, too many people have said this over the last hundreds of thousand years. There has to be some truth to this.
Absolutely. I have had that same thought
Mm,
myself, So I love that. Well, let's kind of dial it here. I want to kind of switch conversations here for a minute,
mhm.
because this just reminds me of how long you've been doing the work, and around the time that I came into my work, and you have been sort of this front row witness to the conscious community for
Yeah.
years and years and years.
Mhm.
So, Brother Rich, from where you sit, what is the greatest illusion we have created for ourselves as the conscious community? And what is it costing us?
Boy, that's a good question, Miss Blue,
Mm-hmm.
because my illusion and your illusion are different. Everything is an illusion,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a vegan burger, whether it's a blueberry, or
Yes.
whether it's a demon, or whether it's a god. And don't I would say the greatest illusion is that we fall under. And ancient Kemet, all these civilizations fell under this because we started to fall as a people, is
Mm-hmm.
that there's something else that exists besides the God force, or
Mm.
besides this primal source. Prime source is the only thing that exists, no matter what shape or form that it comes in. The only reason it's infinite possibility. The
Right.
only reason me or you may experience something evil is because we're on that resonance field.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that doesn't make it real. That just makes it an illusion that we can experience in this realm.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel as though once we realize that nothing exists outside of our consciousness, then we'll truly master the game of life. We look at life from the outside looking in instead of the inside looking out. Even a lot of us who think we look at
That's
reality
true.
from the inside looking out, we really don't, because
Mm-hmm.
there's a difference between I'm gonna tell you, in a 24-hour period in our day, Miss Blue, we
Yeah.
have spikes of positivity, we have spikes of spirituality, we have spikes of tapping into consciousness, but the rest of the day is just us living in victimhood, or
Mm.
us living from the aspect of there's an external force doing something to us.
Yes.
But if we could tap into that God force for the majority of the day, it'll be game over.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what have you seen it cost the conscious community?
Fear, jealousy, envy, A lot of jealousy. A
Yeah.
lot. Did I say a lot of jealousy? Let me say that again. Let me hold
Yeah.
on. Those in the back. A lot of jealousy. I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of jealousy
Yeah.
behind the scenes and on the camera that y'all can see.
Mhm.
A lot of
Mhm.
people being intimidated by other people. Everybody wants to be the big spiritual guru or the big thing spiritually or to have these powers. So when they see, this is what happens, Miss Blue.
Mhm.
When say I spent 20 years in a system mastering, I'm reading all these books. I'm reading the I Am. This is one of my favorite books, by the way, the I Am Discourse. And I'm
Yes.
reading all these books, and then I see somebody come along and they just seem to be thriving and they got it going on, and the people are attracted to them and they're getting views. The majority of people I've seen automatically without evidence or anything like that. Oh, he's an agent. He's an agent. Because
Yeah.
in their mind, they're like, how is he able to
It's
do
to
that?
do
And I'm
that.
not. And I'm
Right.
not. I've been doing this. I'm dedicated. If I can't do it, motherfucker, nobody could do it. And that's the mentality. So we got to get in. And what happens is when we want to accomplish something in our life, like let's say I'm single, Ms. Blue, and I want to manifest a wife. The first thing the universe does, because how powerful mirror neurons is they'll
Mhm.
put somebody next to me that has the thing I want. What we
Yes.
do is chase it away by
Yes.
being jealous, but it was put there on purpose to teach you. So let's
Mhm.
say I want to be I want to have a number one song as a music producer. The universe will put another music producer that is way more successful next to me. Now I got two options. I could I could be thankful that I'm next to him and learn and
Yes.
show, and show gratitude for him
Mhm.
teaching me certain things, or I could be jealous to say, man, I'm way better than him. We often have that mentality of, man, I'm better than him, he don't deserve that. And that's, so everything is frequency. That's a
Yes.
weird frequency to occupy. So the insecurities, I see somebody say that, the jealous,
Mhm.
and it shows a lack of your true authentic God power. You
Yeah.
should not be jealous of another brother or
No.
sister that does what you do. We should just be learning from each other.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I always say. Either I can assist you or I can learn from you.
Yeah, yeah.
And nothing else has a bearing. Yeah, I love that. That's a very, very powerful perspective there. Now, if the conscious community was a single person sitting right here, what would you tell them they urgently need to hear, even if it hurts their feelings? I know we talked about the jealousy.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
know we talked about understanding your God, but if we could take the conscious community and put it as one person,
mhm,
what
mhm,
would you tell them, even if it
mhm.
devastates them? Because I'm known to do that. But what would you tell them, even if it hurts their feelings that they urgently, meaning as in real time, Brother Rich, right now, they
Mhm.
urgently need to hear?
Well, it wouldn't be like a message where it's I wouldn't deliver a message with like urgency to like skin them. It would be a very calm message and just let them know that, listen, we have an eternity to figure this out. Uh
Hmm.
it's up to you if you want to keep coming down here. There's no right or wrong. It's a game. If you want to come down here the next 1,000 lifetimes, that's totally up to you. But we are
Absolutely.
eternal beings. But I'm here to tell you that I think that if it was a person, that we need to embrace silence more. And
Mm,
through that silence, not only will we get the answers, but I want all of us to be honest about the answers that we get. We
mm.
tricked ourselves so much, Miss Blue. We're
Yeah.
very good at tricking ourselves and fooling ourselves and lying to ourselves. I would definitely tell that person we got to stop lying to ourselves. I tell myself
Mm.
that
Oh,
when
all the time.
yeah, when if I figure out like, nah, Rich, you don't really feel that way, you don't really feel this way. You gotta tell that to yourself. You can't. Once you start lying to yourself, it's game over, because
Mm.
you're gonna confuse intuition with so many other messages that's coming through. Then you're gonna be disconnected. Then you're gonna be looking for you're gonna have to rely on something external. Then you're
Mhm.
not gonna get an external, which is gonna make you even more frustrated, and it's just a loop that's gonna continue. But the very beginning, to avoid frustration, is us being honest about who we are, brothers and sisters. Brothers, if you like certain things, if you like multiple women, there's no need to lie to them. Just
Right.
there's many women who are down with being many women. There's no right or wrong. You have to be honest about who you are and what are you here to achieve, what are your capabilities, and just move forward from there. So I think being honest to ourselves is one of the main things I would talk to that person about.
Oh, you need sparkles for that. Powerful, powerful. Wow, wow. And here's another thing, because this is something I know that I get a lot of questions, and probably outside of relationship, this will be the next question that I get asked. There's not a day, there's not a moment, there's not a minute that doesn't go by that this doesn't come up, because we talk a lot about abundance. But in your experience, Brother Rich, how has money helped? How has it hurt? And talk about it as it relates to the integrity of our movement.
Yeah, money is meant to be a servant. It's not meant to be a master. We take everything. Like I said, we take teachers and turn them into our masters. We just start worshiping everything. It's like AI. People are literally going to take AI and make AI their master. And these things are meant to be your servant or of service to you. So if I'm here speaking, I'm of service to you. I'm not here for you to worship me. If Bobby Hemmett was standing right here, he's meant to be of service to you. He's not here to be a master. So with money, the thing about it is it could do so many things, good or bad. It's like water could, save your life, or you could drown in it. It's the same principle. In fact, money is water. It has to circulate. It's energetic, and it's a current. And if your money is stagnant and just sitting there, you'll find out it will start moving on its own, because it has to move. You'll start losing money. And so this is why they say always circulate money. But what I've noticed with myself, Ms.Blue, is that it's interesting. Sometimes when I've tried to be cheap, what they call cheap, I noticed that, and we're taught to, be frugal and save our money. I notice the cheaper I've tried to be in life with things, the less money I have. The more I get what I truly like. Say if I really want something in the grocery store, but like yesterday, Ms.Blue, I went to the store. The avocados was $2 an avocado. I'm like, what the fuck? But I wanted organic avocado because they look better than other avocados. But if you disguise, well, I'm going to save money, that is, we're hiding a scarcity mentality behind. We're trying, I'm saving money, I'm being smart. The truth of the matter is, you don't believe in abundance, and you don't want to spend an extra dollar for something that you really want. Now, if you're just getting it because somebody told you to get it, that's the one thing. But if you really want that thing, you think it will benefit you, you should get it. And the universe is so abundant, so beautiful, we'll make a way for more to come to you. So my experience with money is, number one, not to be cheap with it and to get what I really want. And number two, the thing about money is that and I said this to my girls sometimes, and I'm like, we started arguing when my son was born, and we was going through the whole, there's a new person in the house. We don't have time between just us two. People, just jealousy taking place. There's different elements in the house now. There's a child with major adjustments is taking place. And during that time, I had way more money I had than when we first met. I'm like, damn. In my mind, I was like, yo, some of the best times, I used to tell her some of the best times I had with you was when we just walk in the park. And we would just get fish and chips and break that motherfucker down between the two of us. And it was so fun. And I'm like, I got this money, I just moved, and wow, why am I experiencing this? And I realized that the money is good, but ultimately it won't equal happiness. It won't bring you that inner happiness that you're looking for. That has to come from inside. That has to come from emotional, spiritual maturity, and it has to come with confidence of who you really are. So money's good, but it ain't going to fulfill your every need. It definitely ain't.
Absolutely not. And so, when I think about it in this way, it's a lot of poverty within consciousness. because so much is about energy, is about frequency, is about owning who you are and being able to balance that out, you know? And yeah, our integrity with it. Do you think collectively as a conscious community, from what you've seen, that we have used our money in a positive way?
Um, positive is a relative term. I
It
don't know.
is. Well, I'm saying the think about when we came into consciousness
Yeah.
and how that is, and now how large a scope that is.
Mm, mm,
So,
mm,
if we were to look at this like we're looking at a group, we're looking at us collectively when
mhm,
it comes to how we use that force, how we use that power.
mm.
Are we collectively, do you think we have some work to do? Do we
Yes.
collectively do that in a good way and supporting
No,
those things that we say we're about, you know?
I'm gonna tell you, no, collectively we don't. We have this mindset, and it's this mindset. And I heard Tariq Nasheed say this. So we
Mhm.
have this mindset and consciousness. First of all, the poor righteous teacher mentality still lingers within the community. So
Yeah.
a lot of people associate having money with not being as that spiritual, whatever, or if you have a lot of material things. But what a lot of people's idea is and concept is of wealth and creating things with your wealth is okay. Let's say I'm a multimillionaire. I'm supposed to do everything. Brother Rich, why didn't you open up this school? What instead of us pooling our resources together, let's say everybody puts up $20, $50.
Mm.
Um, they people will look at, well, who were the jury in the community? Who got the money? Oh, Billy Carson, let that nigga pay for this. Let him pay for
Right.
that.
Right.
We got this mentality where whoever got the most money, they supposed to do everything. They supposed to save us. And instead of saving ourselves, we just
Mm.
look to the person with the biggest bag to do everything. So this is why we say things like we look at the athletes and the entertainers and we're like, why they need to open up a school. Kobe Bryant needed this person. No, we need to open up a school. We
Yeah.
need to put our money together. If we got this collective $1 billion buying power, we need to put our money together collectively.
Yeah.
Very easy. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Instead of waiting for a savior in the form of entertainment, in the form of a conscious leader, in the form of an artist or whoever it is, we could pool our resources together instead of waiting for people,
Yeah.
one or two people to do it. And I feel like we do that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Tariq Nish, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So you've seen, like myself, a lot of leaders rise and a lot of leaders fall.
Whew, sure have.
Yeah. Brother Rich, what pattern have you noticed in those who cannot hold their platform once they get it?
I mean, one of the biggest ones is sexual discipline.
Mhm.
Um, we gotta understand
I was going to say, let's talk about it.
is you gotta understand, with and I heard Umar say this before he just got into, he's
Yeah,
always getting shit. But Umar said in
absolutely.
an interview one time, if he could change the things, he would have got married before he started his mission, just so his energy won't be scattered everywhere. We got to understand how important it is to be laser focused and to have our energy focused on something. Focus is very important. And because we're in the era of scrolling and looking at the screen all
Yeah.
the time, we're losing our focus at an all-time rate. But you cannot, as a man especially, be all over the place energetically and think you're going to maintain a platform such as a platform you have or a platform I have. You have
Yes.
to be focused. This is not something, it's not
Mm-mm.
easy to get up here
Mm-mm.
and do videos almost every day. It
Yes.
may look easy on the outside looking in, but
It's a
once you're
lot of
doing it,
work.
there's people that call me and say, Yo, Rich, how do you do it? A lot of people that's on my show have called me and say, Yo, Rich, how you do it so much for so long? Like
Long.
I've been doing
Yes.
this, Ms.Blue, I've been doing this for like 20 years.
Yeah. Right with you. Yeah.
And it's not like It's not like I've been doing it for 20 years and nobody has seen me. I'm in my prime. I did
Yes.
Stone Mountain. I did went to New
Yes.
York. I did Gathering the Masses, 9 Ether.
Yes.
You gotta understand. It's almost like LeBron, and people see LeBron and they're like, "How is he this good this late in the game?" Being in it,
Right.
but look at what LeBron does. LeBron invests over $1 million in his body a year, just
Yes.
in his body. Extreme
Mm-hmm.
self-discipline. So it's the same thing with me, and it's like
Yeah.
being in this for so long. I know you gotta have not a little. You gotta have that Kobe Bryant level of self-discipline if you want to last in this industry for that long. And the brothers, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. First of all, your social life, something got to get sacrificed. Don't
Yes.
think there's going to be a
Woo!
balance. Something's going to get sacrificed here.
Yes.
My social life has gotten completely sacrificed. I don't mind at all. I
Yeah.
had my fun when I was young. I had
Mm.
so much fun when I was young, Miss Blue.
Yes.
So much fun. So I'm good, but now it's a different type of fun now. Now it's
Mhm.
me. Ain't nothing like a man on a mission. A
Yes.
man on a ain't nothing more fun than that, Miss Blue.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
a man on a mission. That's the funnest. That's the biggest game on earth. That's
It
the most
really
fun
is.
you can have on planet Earth. So I'm done with
And
the games. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm having
mhm.
the real fun now. But go ahead, Miss Blue.
No, 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 no. I was just going to add nothing is more powerful than a man on a mission. And
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for you for speaking on a topic that many brothers won't touch. And that is that discipline when it comes to the sexual part, and that being one of the biggest reasons for the rise and the fall. But I want
Mhm,
to talk about the flip side of that, because brothers can't do it themselves.
mhm.
How has that been for you and this discipline and the women in the community?
What do you mean? My
As
explain.
far as that seems to be the catalyst for
Uh-huh.
what is taking these brothers down.
Uh-huh.
Now, one of the things that I say, when you're the one who knows whether you're a woman or a man, whether
Mhm,
you, whoever, you're the one responsible.
mhm.
So, collectively, what is some words you could give to the sisters about how they're responding to these brothers attracted to what they think is sexual energy, but it's just that enlightenment of being woke up by somebody with power or perceived power or consciousness?
Mhm, mhm, mhm. I would say, like I said a little earlier, be honest with yourself, and your intentions have to be in alignment with who you are. And I've seen a lot of people say they have a certain, and they are somebody, and then it comes to find out that they're not that person, and then
Mhm,
they are surprised when they don't get the results that they want, or they're
mhm,
surprised when things don't go their way. So I would just tell women, like, if men are suffering from sexual discipline, I would definitely tell women to hone in on their honesty
mhm,
about whether a man is just, if they're looking at this brother like a guru, or they're just looking for some form of spiritual enlightenment. Just because a brother could recite something from a book doesn't mean he's going to be good to you. That's something that is completely separate. There's a lot of brothers who are amazing. Like, let's say there might be brothers who are amazing at physics or quantum physics, that has absolutely nothing to do with him being
mhm.
a good family man. That has absolutely nothing to do with him being a good mate. That has absolutely nothing to do with him being a good father or any of that. He's good in that area. So I wouldn't want, just like I want brothers to work on their sexual discipline, I want sisters to work on their discernment. And fancy
Mhm.
words and the biggest person in pop spirituality or whatever doesn't mean that they're gonna be what's good for you.
Right. Or be able to make you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
have you come up because
exactly.
they're somebody, and then you connecting with them somehow that's going to,
Hmm.
equate to your glow up, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Powerful.
Hmm.
Powerful. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, we gotta, and you do that. That is lack of an abundance mindset, when you
Yeah.
are looking to cling on to somebody else's energy or hit you onto somebody else's energy. You have to really be confident in your energy, and
Mhm.
people will come to you to assist you, but you shouldn't look to date somebody just because you
Mhm.
think that they're powerful. You shouldn't look to sleep with somebody just because you think they're powerful. It shows that you feel that you're lacking power and you think
Yes.
you're going to gain power from them, and that usually don't works in the end anyway. So hey,
Absolutely.
you gotta
Absolutely.
understand who we are, Ms. Blue. Listen, we
Mhm.
listen, and I said this on Red Pill's channel the other day, right? So check this out.
Yes. Mhm.
This is a game. Michael Jordan, sometime one one time he was shooting free throws at the free throw line, and he's so good that one time he wanted to show off to somebody, so he closed his eyes and he shot it with his eyes closed. That's like what we're doing when we came down to earth. We cut off 90% of our senses, and we're like, I got this. We like, yo, I got this. Watch what I do now here. We think we still gonna do what we doing it.
Yeah.
That's how we're so powerful. We
Yeah.
told it's a game. We told each other, yo, I'm gonna cut off. We said, yo, let's play this game. I'm gonna cut off 98% of my ability, and I'm
And I'm
still gonna
still
be
gonna
God.
do it. I'm
And I'm
still
still
gonna
gonna
do
be
it.
God. And somebody said, nah, nigga, you ain't gonna, nah, that's impossible. We said, watch it. I'm gonna create this planet called Planet Earth, and I'm gonna cut off 99% of my light vision, and I'm gonna be able to see 1% of the light spectrum. And that's us. We're
Yeah.
like Jordan with his eyes closed, shooting free throws, still doing the damn thing as
Still
black people.
doing it. Still
So
doing it.
still doing
Mhm.
it. So we amazing, and we just gotta stop looking. I don't want to say stop looking at this as a prison sentence or prison planet, because you should do whatever you got to do to evolve your soul. But it's more than a prison planet once you reach a
Yes.
certain level of consciousness.
When
I've
you
evolved past that
Yes. Same.
conspiracy way of looking at it, like a
Yes.
prison planet. I understand that, this is a place that I can manifest and bring heaven
Down
to
to earth.
yeah, down to
Yeah.
earth. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it right there. Oh, I am loving this.
Oh yeah.
Now, we're gonna kind of rewrite this a little bit. I wanna ask you some questions. We're gonna get into some rapid fire. I'm looking at the time, Brother Rich. I got you. So
We
if
keep
you
this thing
had
going. We keep this thing going. Yeah,
good, okay.
yeah.
If you had three moves to radically shift the trajectory of the conscious movement over the next 5 years, real, tangible moves. This is real movement.
Mhm.
What would they be? Three moves, three radical moves. I call them radical rhythms. What would be the three radical rhythms, Brother Rich?
To shift, you said to shift the whole
The,
conscious movement.
the trajectory. Yes.
Well, it always starts with the individual.
Mhm.
So, there's two parts of the day where you can radically change your day and alter everything that happens in the day. The
Mhm.
man that conquers the first hour of his day wins. The man that loses the first hour of his day, somebody else is in control of your mind that whole day. So I would ban anything, any phone, anything that distracts you from who you are in the first hour a day. That would be a rule where, yo, the first hour of the day, there's no phone. I don't want to see nobody on Facebook, Instagram, none of that shit. The first hour a day is dedicated to internal prayer, eternal reflection, because we got to conquer that aspect of the day
Yeah.
so we can conquer the rest of the day. Another
Mhm.
part of the day is before we go to sleep. These are pivotal points in our day
Absolutely.
where we're in theta mode that we just completely don't take advantage of. Magical moments of the day. So I
Mhm.
will require intense meditation or intense prayer, probably about 30 minutes before going to bed, because you take that in the dream world, your
Yes.
subconscious works on all of that. So
Mhm.
when we talk about healing, all of your body's control, your subconscious mind can heal what's ever in the body. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So if we learn to give more things to our subconscious consciously, then we will get much more results than we have been getting. So I would do those two things. And I guess the last thing I would do is it will be a requirement. I don't know about the third one, Miss Blue. I'm thinking uh it would be something dealing with relationships because that's such a issue in our
It
community.
is. It
It's such
is.
so it would
It
be I don't it might come to me later, but it's something dealing with relationships. So we could get that that nuclear family back together
mm,
that made us the
powerful.
great people that made us the great people that we are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, I'm gonna come back to that because I know you're gonna give us the third one.
Mm,
Now, we say we're building the next generation, and we know that there's aspects of that that is true, even as we are here tonight. But
mhm.
if a young person who's tuning in right now that's listening, Brother Rich,
Yep.
what would they actually inherit from us? And then, is it even enough?
Well, what they would inherit is maybe a spark or maybe something that they need to hear at this moment.
Hmm.
It may or may not. It's always going to be enough because you know what?
Hmm.
Sometimes and I always whatever we're doing tonight is
Yeah.
going to assist them on their journey, and whatever assists you throughout your journey is enough.
Hmm.
Me talking to a homeless man on the street one day and him giving me some advice that was enough. So anything we do tonight, Miss Blue, if it comes from my heart, it is
Yes.
definitely enough for the
Yeah.
entire galaxy.
Hmm.
Whatever comes from my heart space is enough for not only me but for the entire galaxy because that's all the world need is for us to come from our heart with
Heart.
love
That's it.
and
Yeah.
authenticity. So
Yeah.
it's impossible for me not to give enough if I'm coming from that space. And I'm always talking about that space because I know that's the space that got me where I'm at now. And that's the space that with all of
Yes.
my magic, Miss Blue, comes from that heart space, all of it. Well,
Absolutely.
I don't want to, I got a whole avatar, but I'm just,
I
letting.
know. Oh, we trust me. You talking to the self-love girl here. I got you. I got you. That's powerful. So speaking of that, Brother Rich, thus far, what has been the most challenging, emotionally challenging, speaking on relationships, connections? Because truth is, we're in relationship with everything. First one being the relationship with ourselves.
Mhm, mhm.
What has been the most challenging experience that you've had to deal with thus far while growing up on planet Earth?
Hmm. Think about that one, Miss Blue. I would say sometimes you get information, Miss Blue, and you
Mhm,
speak on it prematurely. And
mhm,
I think that with me, I want to make sure before I talk to the world about certain things, I embody it. So I think
mm,
that oftentimes we get information and it sounds great, it sounds amazing, but when we talk about it, we're able to express ourselves intellectually, but if we embodied it, the people would hear it a different way. So I want to hear
mm,
somebody that embodies their message, not just speaks
yeah,
the message. And we have a lot of intellectual speakers, but I've gotten to the point now where I'm so confident in a lot of most of the things I say that I embody it. So you know what
yeah,
happens then, Miss Blue, when I speak, this is an amazing gift I have. When I
yes,
speak, people feel me, they don't hear me. So
yes,
sometimes you'll hear somebody and your ears hear them. When you
but
hear
you
me, you'll feel me a lot of
yeah,
times. And this is why when I have events, it gets people going so much because people could feel the passion when I'm
yes,
promoting certain things. And I only promote things that I got a true, genuine love for because then I could give the world my heart. So the
yeah,
world has a lot of my heart through my events or through whatever it is that I do. So
mhm,
yeah, I would definitely say that, Ms. Bloom.
mhm. That's been your most challenging thing.
Yeah, you got to.
Challenging to learn how to embody it,
Yeah,
challenging to learn how to do the alchemy with it.
mhm.
Not that is just like you said,
Got to
it's not an
embody it.
intellectual process,
No, yeah.
because a lot of times when people are saying they love themselves, and I'll say, no, you don't. You understand it in your mind, but loving yourself is a feeling. It's an experience. You can't think your way into it. That's profound. I love
Oh,
that. I
oh,
love
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. Listen, Miss
So,
Blue, real
mhm,
quick, when you embody
no,
something, we like let's say we read a book on Carl Jung or
yeah,
Sigmund Freud or whoever these psychologists was, and when we talk about loving ourselves, right? And we give one of the best speeches in the world, and it will affect people when they'll be like, wow, that was deep, that was deep. But to embody it without words, you could just come sit down, you could go
yes,
like that, and you can move your
and
body around a
people
little bit,
can
and they'll be like,
see it.
and the people
Oh,
could see it. They'd be
they
like,
can
they'd be
see.
like, they'd be like, damn, that brother, he got it. Or that sister, like, wow, they got a vibration. Like, because like I
Yes,
said earlier, we're music. So we're constantly emitting a sound. And
yes.
people are hearing our music, even though they're not knowing they're hearing our music. And the
Mhm.
best music is music that has harmony, rhythm, and melody to it. So when you got it going on and you in alignment with the message, that's a good song right there. That's a good
Yes.
R&B record. That's a good whatever. That's a classic record right there.
Mhm.
So yeah, we got to be in tune with our message, not intellectually, but
But
with our heart.
with our heart,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. What is a non-negotiable for you?
So many areas in life. You mean
As far as it comes to the work and what you have understood
I have
about yourself. Yeah.
I have to say this. So many people, Miss Blue, have called me and said, yo, how much it costs to get on your show?
Yeah.
I want to pay to get on your show, and it don't really work like that. I gotta
Mhm.
resonate with
Yes.
your message, or even if let's say I don't resonate 100% with your message, because obviously I'm not gonna agree with everything everybody says on my show, but I
Right.
have to feel that number one, you resonate with your message, and two, people could benefit from your message on my show because there's many paths to the light. So I would be
Mhm.
egotistical to think everybody's supposed to follow Brother Rich path. There's
Right.
many other paths. So okay, so I'm gonna present this path for y'all, that path through these different avatars along
Mhm.
with my path. But just getting on my show, paying me to
Yeah.
get on my show, that I
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I would lose my passion. There's no amount of money in the world, Miss Blue, that I would exchange my passion for. That makes me feel alive. That makes me feel
Yes.
electric. Talking to you
Yes.
right now, I feel like you know how
Mhm.
Mayweather fights and it's like Las Vegas and there's a big crowd and you can feel the electricity even
Yes.
watching on
Yes.
TV.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
Like that when I do what I do. So I'm not
Yeah.
exchanging that for anything. I'm an eternal being.
Absolutely.
I'd rather leave this realm and come back another time if I gotta, exchange that.
Absolutely.
That's not
Absolutely.
right there.
So profound. And I feel the same way. I remember some years ago, me and Brother Bobby Hemmett had a conversation, and, he was sharing that with me. He said, I can really tell you love what you do.
Yeah, you could tell when somebody, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it's a different feeling. And because you yourself experience it, when you're in contact, I don't care if it's a lawn man, I don't
Mhm.
care if it's a school teacher, when someone is working and doing something they truly, truly love and have a passion for, it makes a difference.
And that's that superstar energy. And like you said,
Mhm.
it could be the lawn man. I got a company that cuts my grass, and
Yeah.
they take so much pride in what they do.
Yes.
And they come and they like out of everybody that come in the neighborhood, their energy that they come with is just different.
Different.
And they
Yes.
end up taking over the whole strip.
Neighborhood. Yeah.
Everybody got attracted to his aura. So you don't have to be on
No,
the internet to be a super. You
you
could have
sure don't.
superstar energy by being a teacher in school. We all
That's right.
experience teachers in elementary school
Oh,
that
yes.
have superstar energy because they love what they do. I
That's
remember
right.
the teachers, Miss Walker.
Yes, 1st
Remember
grade,
my
my Miss
yeah,
Karen. Yes, I
we
remember.
remember those teachers. Whatever you do, family,
Yes,
you can embody that superstar energy if you got an appreciation for what you do. So be the best. If you're doing something that you love to do, family, really be the best in it because the world will feel you. If you
yes,
juggle for a living, whatever, the
yes.
world will feel you, family.
I love it. I
Hey, real
love
quick,
it.
just do another thing real quick. There's a saying I got on my channel because I see people saying it. They're like, "What's in my pocket, dog?" So there's like, you know how we got mantras and we got sayings to help attract abundance. I use our music to because we talk to the quantum field with our motion, energy, and motion. Our DNA interacts with the photons and all that. It responds to our motion. That is the epigenetics that's above the DNA that Bruce Lipton talked about. So I'll be on my channel. I'll be like, "What's in my pocket, dog?" And they be like, "Big Face Hundreds." And that's the song. That's from Plies. Plies had this song. But it's just a way to remind us of financial abundance, wealth, and to say that our pockets is lined up with money. Because when you say these mantras or you say these affirmations, they have to be emotionally charged.
Or else it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So we have to use things that emotionally charge us. So our music emotionally charges us. So I like to utilize our music. So the Big Face Hunter gang that's in the chat, shout out to y'all, Big Face Hunter.
Shout out to y'all and thanks for the super chat.
For the game. You know, that's our nature. And this ain't about Ms.Blue. This ain't about this just ain't about material abundance. This is nature, Ms.Blue. Like
absolutely, you talking to the choir right here. Listen,
we are etheric beings. We embody all the wealth the universe and more has to offer. So no matter how much you have in your pocket, we could never be broke, Ms.Blue. Do you know where we come from? Do y'all know where we come from? Like we could never be broke. Don't ever say that again for the rest of your life, y'all. We could never be broke, y'all. But you know, another thing, and I know I'm talking on and on.
Keep going.
That's one of the things, because I come from the projects, and that's one of the things it takes to leave a frequency is to honor a frequency that you can't see yet. So our vision is so tricky, our senses, that if we can't see the abundance, we oftentimes have these spikes of abundance moments throughout the day, but then we feel the lack of it. But a person that could be delusional and really, really believe in something they can't see, they're going to win. They're going to win. So that's what it takes.
It takes a little bit of delulu, as I call it. You got to be a little delulu, like you said, to get you into the frequency, or the mind that got you where you're at. You can't use that same process in your mind. You have to come out of that mind. That's why I tell people, get out, stay out of your mind. If you're not doing something logical, get out of your mind. Now, Brother Rich, as a visionary, and you are truly a visionary, do you believe visionaries have an obligation to correct the course of their own community, or just keep creating?
When you keep creating, you're automatically going to create the correct the course of your community, because your creations, you got to remember, your creations, Kanye said, every good idea is a God idea. So a true visionary is just God working through the vessel. It's your higher self, your God self working through you. So any move that I make that comes from that God source is going to be beneficial to the community. So it goes hand in hand. Every good idea is a God idea. Shout out to Kanye.
Shouts out to Ye. Shouts out. You know, and I love that you say that, because I personally, what I feel as a creative, my job is to keep creating. I don't need to course correct. The course is already corrected. It's already corrected. My job is to create, to keep creating. And those who vibrate in that frequency will course correct themselves if need be, or they will find another course.
Exactly.
They'll find another course.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I think we talked about this before, but with so much going on platforms, social media, the algorithm, all of this, how do you, if this is something you do, how do you personally separate spiritual truth from trending content? Or do you see them as the same?
Um, you know, it's a feeling inside you. Trending comment, I've been through that phase where I've chased trending content and I felt empty inside. And
Mm,
there was an era in my journalism and being an interviewer where I was just like always talking about whatever was in pop culture. At that time, it was like a lot of police killings. Obama was president, and
yeah.
whatever the headlines was, I would talk about it, and
Mhm.
that's good. But to do that, like strictly do that, it left me feeling real empty,
Mm,
and I had to pivot and I had to change the direction of my channel, and that's when I got back into metaphysics. I
mm,
was getting so many views doing that. I had Dick Gregory on my channel, and we would get like hundreds of thousands of views with me doing
mm.
that. But even with the views that I was getting, I just, like I said, I'm all about that internal feeling. If it don't
Yeah,
feel right,
yeah.
that's where the money is, in the feeling. So if
Yes,
it don't feel right, if I got $1 million, is I'm not wealthy. The wealth is in
yes.
that feeling. So this is why
Right.
rich people do so many things just to get a feeling,
Feeling,
because they know
yes.
that's where the wealth is
Mhm,
at. So I had
mhm.
to change the direction of my channel. And I stopped really talking about. I still do it here and there. Like I got to
Yeah,
show Professor Griff tomorrow, and we're
yeah,
gonna be talking about Washington D.C. and things to do. But I'm
yeah.
coming from a different angle. That's not the primary video content of my channel. The primary
Right,
video content of my channel now is metaphysics, and I may talk about trending topics, and I'll still use spirituality to break
right.
those things down. But I'm never again going to approach my channel from trending topics mainly, and then have spirituality as like a side chick. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you, got you.
Spirituality, that's my main woman right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
But,
love it. I
yeah.
love it. You know, Brother Rich, I see you not just as a voice in the conscious community, but I see you as a visionary, as an architect of archives. I work a lot with the Akashic records, and we know these are living records. We are creating and writing in this field, in these records now, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come and things to come. Yeah. Yeah. So, what you have built, and this is just me looking from the outside, it's more than content, so much more than content.
Oh yeah.
That living library, which I still every now and again I'll have to dip in and check out some of it too. And I want to say that right here in this moment on August the 12th, we're still on August the 12th, frequency, this conversation is now a part of those living living records there, you know?
Yo,
And I truly, truly thank you.
yo,
You,
yo, Miss Blue, I'm sorry. I
yeah,
want to ask you a question before I forget,
yeah,
because I know you be channeling and you tapped in like for real, for real. So I
yeah.
had a dream, and I want you to tell me if you get anything from it. And this
Okay.
is before the Lionsgate began. It was probably
Mm,
about a week or two before, and I forgot the Lionsgate was coming up.
yeah.
And I used to have dreams a lot when I was young, probably about 7, something like that, of the
Mhm.
sky. I always would dream of the sky.
Yeah.
And there was always action in the skies. Like the stars were never still how we see them now. They were always moving, and it was always a lot of movement or whatever in the sky. But I stopped dreaming that after a while. And
Yeah.
I had a dream the other day, I mean, like 2 weeks before the Lionsgate, that there was a line face in the sky, a
Mm,
constellation. And then next to the Lionsgate, it was like these twin constellations. They look
mm,
exactly like each other, and they were side by side with each other. And I looked and I seen it, and I was like moving. I don't know if I was driving, walking, whatever I was doing. And
mm.
then I looked up again, and it was completely gone. But I remember seeing it, and I remember after that dream, somebody had said, "Yo, the Lionsgate." I was like, "Oh shit, maybe that's why I had a dream or whatever." But what
Mhm.
you think about that dream, Ms. Blue?
Well, I'm going to tell you what I immediately picked up in your feel is
Mm,
because there's a couple of things going on with that Lionsgate portal. We know that it's an alignment that happens, and it has a lot to do with the star Sirius, and it has a lot to do with the planet Earth and how that's situated, and with the sun and all of that coming together.
Mm-hmm.
But Earth has gone through a split. And one of the things that I've been talking about is it's a soul level split. So it's not like truly Earth is going to split, but many of us are blueprints. So you think about when you're being born, you get a divine blueprint. And when you get that blueprint, it is like you were saying, we're shooting blindfold. So we don't remember the map. We don't remember the blueprint that we got originally. However, we know that there's some key points and things that we want to do when we come here to Earth. Well, we're at this point on the planet for those of us, and everyone gets an opportunity if you have chosen within your heart. Has nothing to do with what we quote unquote call consciousness or not. We're talking about more soul level transaction where they turn their blueprints in. And you can literally say, you know what? This was my blueprint. I want to turn it in, and I have some adjustments I want to make to that blueprint. And these are the times where we're walking through this portal. And you've seen that because I want you to think back, Brother Rich. What were some of those things that was heavy on your heart that you were thinking about that had to do with the future? That had to do with you, that had to do with your legacy, that had to do with how you see your life unfolding going forward. You made the decision that day. That was the day you crossed through the portal. And now you're on a completely different path.
Were you saying that day I had a dream?
I'm saying the day when you seen that in the sky.
Right. And then
you looked up, you seen it, and then it was gone.
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was your soul saying, okay, we're walking through the portal. Because one of the things I've told everyone here, you can't walk through the portal divided. That means you don't go. You don't go through the portal. The 8-8 is significant because it represents infinity. And so whatever happens, it also represents handcuffs. If you look at the symbol of the 8, so some people are cycling back through what they've experienced since they've been on Earth. The characters will be different. Maybe the place will be different, but the experiences will keep revealing themselves. I want you to think back, look at your text messages, look at your phone, look at some of the things you did on those key significant dates 2 weeks prior. So 2 weeks prior to when the Lionsgate, we're going back somewhere around July 18th, all the way in there. You will notice that there's been some things. People have come back into your life from the past, right? There's been other situations that perhaps maybe people have left your life, or you've decided these are some of the past that are not for you at this particular time. And you also made some soul agreements. When we make soul agreements, we often see them in the sky. So I tell everybody also go outside at night during this Lionsgate, even in the daytime, make sure you put your eyes in the sky, because the sky will reveal it to you either in your waking state or in your sleep state, because we all had a chance. And even now, before we cross into the next day, whether we're going to cross through that portal, everybody should get a piece of paper and a pen tonight before you go to sleep. And you need to write your blueprint out. What is it? How do you see yourself moving forward? What do you see for your life? And like you were saying, Brother Rich, put no limitations on it. Go beyond those boundaries, that it doesn't have nothing to do with money. It doesn't have nothing to do with these tangible things, but don't exclude those things, because it's the feeling, it's the revealing of the feeling that you want. And so those things have a place, but what is it? What is the legacy that you want to move into? How do you want to move into that? That's what's being activated within the collective. This time next year, Brother Rich, by the time we get to February, you got to lock and load before you got to lock and load and start every day taking an action step towards what it is that you want to do in this lifetime. In this lifetime, if you are above the age of 21, your soul came here to fulfill that desire before we get to March of next year.
Wow. That
Yeah.
was powerful.
So that's what you've seen. You got a physical vision of you went through the portal. That's why it disappeared. We're not seeing, you don't get to see the pillars if you're on the other side.
Yeah. Sure.
I did an activation. If you get a chance, come back to the channel and check it out for the Lionsgate. And I guarantee you, when you do that, you're going to have that same feeling you had in that dream, because that was you going through the portal even before you had a consciousness about a Lionsgate portal. And I always tell people that you never need to get a reading. You never need to know no metaphysical terms. I talk to people every day. I am their very first they've ever come in contact. And whether they're multi-billionaires or whether they're everyday people, they will be in alignment with all of these key points that we study and we understand. Because it's something greater moving the soul and the consciousness within us that is connected to the divine source that supersede any of these divination systems, which are very powerful. But everybody is psychic. Everybody is intuitive. It is your birthright to become more multi-sensory, to become more multi-dimensional. And on planet Earth, I made this prediction, Brother Rich, back in 2022 sometimes, that it's going to be so challenging living on this planet. If you can't tap into your intuition, you won't be able to tell what's real anymore. You're not going to be able to have make any kind of decisions anymore. With technology advancing itself the way that it is, you don't know if you talking to Ms.Blue and Brother Rich or not, if you not tapped into your intuition. And it's there to advance us as spiritual beings on the planet, to bring back online these codes. That's, the core of my work, is to help you tap in to that multisensory ability. So you can utilize the mind when we need the mind, but you also need to be utilizing your multisensory abilities, because that's where you're going to get everything that you need and the clarity, so the outside noise does not distract you from your true divine purpose. But yeah, congratulations. You didn't tip through the portal.
Oh, wow. Wow, that was it. That was a powerful breakdown, Ms.Blue.
Yeah.
That was a powerful breakdown, man.
Yeah, you went through the portal, no doubt. True visionary. I honor you. I am so grateful that I've been able to watch you grow. You've been able to see me grow, and know that I am here to support you in any way that I can. And I'm grateful for you. I thank you again for coming on over and us having this conversation, and for you to continue the work. I know the next time you got something going, I'm definitely going to try to make my way. I kind of knew something was going to happen, and the weather was crazy this way, so things got canceled. But there'll be other opportunities, and yeah.
Yeah, the weather was, I mean, wow. This dude I know, Ms.Blue, he's a music artist named Cambada. He was stranded in the airport for like 30 hours trying to get to Georgia. So it was like, I don't know what went down. Then a day before the actual event, Ms.Blue, a meteor hit Georgia.
I heard that. I said, what in the world? A meteor hit Georgia, and they found somebody's body up on the thing.
That happened about 2 months before they found that body.
But they were putting it on the news right before the
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember, because I know when I was trying to see, like, how can I strategically come there, but I still want to do something and do all of this, and then I said, well, I just could not get the vision. And I said, well, I'm just going to have to pass this time. And next time, when it's clear, when the vision is clear, because that's how I work. When internal vision is
Yeah.
clear, move, then that would be
Oh,
the perfect alignment. But I seen the videos. It was incredible. It was beautiful. It was just, something. People came on the channel and they was like, Ms.Blue, we were there. They were like, were you there? I said, no, I wasn't there. Are you kidding me? You would know if I was there. And then when I seen all those people, I said, well, maybe not, because it was a whole
yeah. Ms.Blue, I've never seen nothing like it in my life. It was, I mean, oh man, it was a beautiful sight to see. Ms.Blue, I got to the park. It was like, imagine 5:30 in the morning. You
right.
know, the dew is in the air, the mist and everything. It's dark outside. I'm driving to the park. I'm with King Simon and Cambada. And
Yeah.
then as soon as we get off the highway, there's a line. And I'm trying to hurry up because I'm the organizer. So I gotta be there to,
Ahead of
organize.
everybody. Right.
And I'm like, what? And the first thing I told him, I said, man, what the hell are all these people doing this early in the morning, man? Why don't they take their ass somewhere? I got somewhere to go. Then we said, wait a minute.
Those are our people.
Those are our people. I said, oh shit. I said, nah, this can't be. The line, I've never seen a line like that.
That was so
it just
beautiful.
wrapped around and around and
So
around and
beautiful.
around. In order for me to get in front, this is what we had to do. It was a two-way street. King Simon said, yo, nobody's coming that way because it's blocked off. So I went over the middle part of the road and I went driving down the wrong side of the street, went all the way to the front, and then we told the person in front, yo, let us get in front. He seen it was us. He said, oh, hell yeah. Go ahead, brother. So I drove on the wrong side of the street just to get to the front. I probably skipped about 100 cars, but that's what I had to do just to get in the front.
Just to get in the front.
It took people an hour, 2 hours. That's why we didn't make it up there as early as we wanted to, because we were waiting for people. But man, it was, I never seen nothing like that. I mean,
beautiful.
Oh man, the people in the park, they was in astonishment. The cops, everybody was like, I mean, wow, they rarely see anything like that. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It's good. We need to show up on these sacred sites. And these places. Of course, we know anywhere we go is going to be sacred, but I think it was so powerful that you put that together. And it was kind of last minute, and look at the turnout. So I love it. I love it. That was beautiful. Yeah. Well, Brother Rich, I'm going to let you have the people's ears before we get ready to get out of here. And any words you want to give to the people?
Oh, well, if they had a couple of questions, I'll take them.
Yes. Let's do that. All right, you guys, let's get it. Let's get some questions. If you have some questions for Brother Rich, go ahead and drop them in the chat and we can go ahead and take some questions. Yeah.
Shout out to some of the people in the chat. I see some of the people in the chat that are regulars on my channel. Shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming over here, showing love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. And you guys know, I know if you're here, if you don't know how to follow Brother Rich, follow Brother Rich at BlackMagik363 on YouTube. All you got to do is put in Brother Rich and everything will come up. Everything will come up. It will come up. I know you guys know, but everything will come up. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Powerful. It's on a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to give them a minute until they go. And we got a question here. Let me see. The brother said, can I get to it? There we go.
Yeah, I'm not shout out to the Brother Supreme. I'm not sure just yet when the next event will be. I'm not sure. I usually just get like a it's like this rush of energy just comes over me, and I get this inspiration that's real strong when it comes to events. So that's how I usually decide whether I'm gonna do an event. It's not like it's a calculated thing. I just inspiration, and I just move with my inspiration. So when I get that, I know I'll get it, and I'll let y'all know about it.
Powerful. Yes. Yes. All right.
Somebody say, how does he harmonize and balance his aesthetic nature in his
Everyday life.
everyday life? Aesthetics is like like the physical, right?
Visco. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I try to have things that resonate with me, Alchemy. I think that's my brother Dave. I always try to have things that resonate with me around. So as y'all can see, this like the aesthetic here, this is like
Mhm.
indigenous thing, and this right here,
I
sometimes
love
I
it.
just meditate and I just look at, or you can see like the aesthetics of my room or this room that I'm in with the keyboards, and
Ooh,
I,
look
I
at them
just
boards.
yeah, I like to just be surrounded
Yeah.
with around inspiration. So I like my aesthetics to be inspiring. So things that inspire me or motivate me or remind me. So things like this, like the animals give us, like the this. I give you an example. The sound the owl makes, the whoo whoo,
Ooh.
like
Yeah.
that's not just a sound. That's like an internal code. Like
Mhm.
if we say it, it wakes up certain things. Like we got the language we speak with our mouth, and there's an internal language going on inside of our body, but we haven't been taught to speak that guttural language, and that
Mhm.
language we used to speak a lot, and we could heal ourselves, we could wake up certain
Yes.
things that's dormant within us, and the animals make these sounds for a reason. So when we emulate, like some of the indigenous people emulate these animal sounds, we're actually waking up dormant DNA within us. So the
Yes.
owl is just one of the animals that if we make the sound that it makes, like
It'll open up.
it'll open up things within us. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Powerful. Powerful.
Oh, baby girl doing good. Thanks for asking. My
Mhm.
daughter, she is now 8 months.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations. Wow.
and she is doing great. My little daughter is
Wow.
doing great.
Ah,
Let me show y'all.
blessings.
Let me show you
Blessings.
the picture.
Yeah. Oh.
I was just in New York. I was just in New York. I don't know if y'all can see this picture.
Yes. Oh my
I was
goodness.
just-
Look how gorgeous she is. Look at her. Oh, that is so beautiful. Congratulations to both of you, Brother Rich and the family. That is
So
so
look
beautiful.
at her little face. Look at her little face.
Oh, look at
Look at her little face.
she looked like she want to get into something. Yeah.
Yeah.
She like, yes.
In that picture, she was looking at my sister. So my sister was like, "Take a picture." Why she looking at me like that? But yeah, she's doing great. Thanks for asking.
Oh, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Yeah, we got South Africa in
Love
the
to
building.
everybody. Love to Guyana. Everybody from around the globe tuned in. Love
Yes,
to all of y'all.
yes,
You know.
yes. Mm.
So what I talked about this a lot. I know this brother. I know he don't be. He follow my channels. Shout out to you, Lance. He said,
Yes, Brother Lance.
you feel about Bobby Hemmett going off on you after you send him money? I was just like, yo, this dude, like, yo, in my mind, I was like, yo, he's taking it the completely wrong way. Like, in my mind, I was like, yo, his ego's getting the best of him. And because I sent Bobby money, because Bobby used to say, send me the money
Yes, yes.
in aluminum
With
foil.
foil, yes.
All types of weird shit. So I sent him $300 bills wrapped in aluminum foil, and I also sent him the book. What was that book from James Allen? What's it called? Think and Grow.
Oh,
No, not Think and Grow Rich.
no, no, no.
As a man thinketh.
Think of, yes.
As a man thinketh, and he got offended by it. I'm Bobby Hemmett. I know this book. I know this shit. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm just sending you to help me get this money. As a man thinketh.
Right, right.
So then
I love that book too, by the way.
stood my ground because I stood my ground, and he called me right back. He hung up, then he called me back. No, he didn't even hang up. He just said, "You know what? Spirit telling me I'm wrong. God damn it, I'm wrong. I'm sorry." I'm like, this nigga crazy. I said, this nigga crazy. I said, he said, you know what? No, you're right. Goddamn. He said, I've been telling people to be strong and be confident in their spirituality, and here you are doing it, and I'm acting like a damn fool. Now you like my da-da-da. And he started telling me all types of stuff about myself, and
Yeah.
that kind of created our relationship from there. And
Mm.
we started talking. And when he came to New York a couple of times, he stayed at my place, and
Yeah.
it was dope, man. So
Yeah.
that kind of sometimes in life, people who sometimes I'm gonna tell you like this, Ms.Blue,
Yeah.
we're so busy. There's so many people in the world. The universe will make somebody stand out in your life when you're
Mhm.
meant to do business with them in some form or
Or
fashion.
fashion. So
So it
true.
may be an argument. You make
Yeah.
because listen, if there's 300 people in the room, how is the universe going to make this person stand out? It could be
Mhm.
something they're wearing, it could just be you walking by them, it could be them saying something, it could be an argument. But that was sort of the way me and Bobby got to know we like I stood out amongst everybody that calls him and send him stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I stood out to him, and then he knew me ever since then, and we was
Yeah.
real cool after that. I was real cool
Yeah.
with his wife, and
Yes.
until what happened to him happened,
Yes.
I would talk to both of them a lot. So
Yeah.
I
Same
always,
here. Love
yeah,
them.
always support
Yeah.
the brothers. So
Absolute.
shout
Shout
to
out to Brother Bobby, Linda, everyone. So beautiful. Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. Mm.
Somebody, what inspired me to do interviews? Um, I love seeing a good interview, and I just had this internal knowing that I could ask good questions. Like I
Mhm.
really felt it in the core of my being. Just watching interviews, I was just like, yo, I could ask a good question. And I didn't do interviews before, but it's
Yeah.
just like I said, that's why intuition is the best thing in the world.
That's
But
right.
I just felt it, and I didn't have the intellect to back it up or the
Yep.
reason to back it up. I just felt it. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pursue this craft. I'm gonna pursue doing interviews. And I remember watching interviews, and I would have a marble notebook, and I would just write questions that I think was good questions.
Questions.
Yeah, and my first interview was with Aline Bay. Uh,
Ooh,
yes,
yeah.
Sonetta let
Mm.
me get on one of his interviews. Sonetta funny like a motherfucker, right? Check this out. I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse. I don't know if I can
No,
curse.
you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Sonetta's interviewing Aline Bay. And Sonetta like, yeah. Get a brother a donation or whatever. I give it, and like I said, I'm a giver. I'm
Yes.
a
Yes.
giver. So I
Mhm.
gave Sonetta $200.
Yeah.
And come to find out, Sonetta took the 200, and that's what he paid Ali with, and just act like he paid us. Oh, slick ass son. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think Ali knew I donated 200. So I never said, here, brother, this is for the interview. I don't even know Ali know I gave that day, but you know, that's just part of the game. That's part of
Yes,
it.
it is.
You know, that's part of getting ushered into the game. You know, you gotta go through shit like that. But he just took my money and act like he paid him or whatever. But yeah, that interview was on something about darkness.
Mm.
The Cosmos. I forget the name of the interview, but that was my first interview with Sarnetta. I went to his house and I did the interview. Then my
Yeah.
first interview by myself happened to be with Arlene Bay again, and we did it on
Wow.
Law of Attraction. So shout
Yeah.
out to Arlene Bay.
Yeah, shouts out to Dr. Alim Bey. He was a regular on the remix as well too. I've interviewed him for quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful. Powerful. Wow. Now here's a good question, Brother Rich.
No, not at all. Not at all. I didn't utilize astrocartography at all. I just always resonated with Atlanta. I've been going to Atlanta. My uncle lived down here. My uncle passed away in 2016, but
I'm
he lived
sorry.
down here since I was young. And my sister moved down here in 1999 because she enrolled in Clark Atlanta University. So,
Hey.
yeah, so ever since the year 2001, I got my first car in like 2001. I got a
Mhm.
used Chrysler, and I got it down here in Georgia because my uncle helped me get it.
Yeah.
Um, and he actually got it for me. He didn't help me get it. He got it for me. So
Mhm.
I've always used to come down here because I had to renew my insurance and do all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I would just drive down here once a year and make that trip. So I was very familiar with Georgia and Atlanta, and I just always gravitated towards. So it was like a internal feeling. It wasn't.
Feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't have anything to do with
Yeah.
astrocartography.
Ooh, yeah, that's some serious stuff. That astro, I don't know too much about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Mm,
With all of this talk about space, what do you think about this asteroid or ship that's coming? You know, New Diamonds. Shout to New Diamonds. She's
yes.
very a big supporter on my channel, and she also got a
Mm,
YouTube channel as well. I gotta look in that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I've been so much out the loop, New Diamonds, with because I be in my own world that I don't even know what's going on with that a lot. So I
mhm.
gotta really like people just started telling me New Diamonds about yo, Trump did this in DC and yo, he I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just got back from New York and I've been doing a lot lately. So I
yeah.
gotta get up to date with everything that's out there. But I'm
Mhm.
gonna look into that, New Diamonds. I don't know what's going on. I'm definitely gonna look into that.
Yeah. And it won't be the first time that we had a ship or asteroid that's coming. I heard, I haven't checked it out in the records or anything, that there is one coming towards us. But we
Right.
have them coming towards us more than we're told is coming towards us. I remember sometimes even looking up in the sky and see this cloud that's just traveling, and you can tell it's going backwards. This cloud is doing all, it's not a cloud, you know.
Mm,
So we're in store for a lot of visitors. They are amongst us, you
yo,
know. I even consider myself to be half a visitor, you know. We all are from another place, you know. We all have a origin outside of here, you know.
yo,
Yeah.
check out this cloud, Ms.Blue. I took a picture of it, right? So this was the night before Stone Mountain, and I
Mhm.
was going to Whole Foods. I forgot what I was buying. I think I was getting Mountain Valley Spring Water, and I was
Yeah.
going to Whole Foods, and it was this cloud there, and it was like glowing. And it wasn't like the moon was behind it, it
Right.
was just in the sky by itself, but it looked like it was glowing. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta take a picture of this. So once again, check this out, Ms. Blue. So I'm trying to hurry up
Yeah.
because I'm trying to hurry up and get back because Cambada's at the Red Pills event, and I'm
Yes.
like, we got to work on music. So I'm like, yo, I got to get back to the crib. Let me get this. And I think I want to get some wine too. They got
Yeah.
this wine I like in Whole Foods, so I want to get some wine and I went to get some other stuff, some water and some stuff like that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, I said, let me Herbert take this picture and go to Whole Foods and Herbert come home. So I took a picture. I went to Whole Foods. I came out. Once again, the cloud was gone. I said, where the hell the cloud went that fast? I said, there's no other clouds. Where did it disappear to? But check it out. I happened to get a good picture of it.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I caught a video. I got a video.
Can't really wait.
Oh, wait. Hold it
My
back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, no, I see it. You can clearly see it. You can clearly see it.
that white thing. Hold on. Yeah,
Yeah. No, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, that wasn't a cloud. That's
but if
not.
if y'all seen my phone and if you seen it in person, especially, it was like glowing, but there was no moon behind it or nothing like that. And I
I'm
was like, damn,
telling you.
I was like, wow, that's interesting.
I
But yeah,
have seen all kinds of things in the sky. When I'm working with young children, I always have them and they can pick out things instantly. I teach them how to get their answers
oh,
in the clouds. They can project their thoughts in the clouds and their intuition will unlock for them. And it usually comes through as one of their animal totems. They can pick it out in the sky and they can
right.
see it. They can also see when the clouds are moving, if it's a yes, if it's a no. They'll be like, Ms.Blue, it was a yes because I seen the yes in the cloud, or they seen a symbol in the clouds. But
Mm,
yeah, we're going to see a lot of stuff in the waters and in the sky. In the waters, in the sky.
indeed,
Powerful. Here's
indeed.
another question here.
Oh yeah, what's in store for Egypt 2027? Yeah, I'm gonna start promoting that probably in October, but we're doing a big like with the Stone Mountain thing, we're hitting up different grids on the planet. So
Yes.
we're hitting up the pyramids in Kemet. And
Wait a minute. So is this 2027 or because
yes,
that's
no,
okay, that's it.
that's a typo. 2027.
Okay.
So in
I'm getting ready to say,
2027,
oh, okay.
there's a big eclipse happening in 2027,
Yes, in
and like
2027.
or something like that. But we're gonna go to Egypt, Kemet in October of 2027, and it's gonna be a trip unlike any other trip to Kemet. It's
Wow.
gonna be
Yeah,
and
definitely let me know.
yeah, Billy got access that a lot of people don't have to certain areas of the pyramid.
Yes.
So it's a tour unlike any other tour because you're going to see things that other tour guides don't have access to. So shout
Powerful.
out to Billy.
Yeah, powerful, powerful. Wow. Wow.
Do y'all believe that Bobby's prediction is coming true where he said flooding will happen on both sides of America? Crazy what's happening in NYC. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely. Now I don't remember Brother Bobby Hemmett talking about that, which he probably, I'm sure he has. But that was actually one of my predictions, as well as the earthquakes in the East Coast.
Mm.
And also, um, Dominican Republic has been coming up, the Bahamas, Florida, uh, the whole Eastern seaboard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just stay abreast. Earthquakes,
Mm-hmm.
volcano.
Mm.
Yeah, we got some times coming up because as we're going through our ascension, Earth is going through its ascension. Both of us together.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
As above, so below. As within, so
Yeah.
without.
Yeah.
Yeah. When can we expect your return to New York? Are there any upcoming events on your schedule? Well, I know Shabazz got something.
Yes, he
Shabazz
does.
is bringing Dr. Be Serious to New York for a big
Oh,
lecture in December,
okay. In
and I think he
December.
might be bringing Phil Valentine also. But he got a big one coming in for those in New York. He got a big one coming in
And
December.
And
So shout
yes, he
out
did
to
tell me
yourself.
about that. Shout out to Brother Shabazz. He did tell me he was doing it, and he was a guest on the show, and it was so beautiful. Gave some beautiful shots out to you, of course, as well. And yeah, Brother Shabazz did say he had something coming up, and I'll definitely put that up as well. There we go.
How to be more intuitive to manifesting. You really have to embrace silence. I said that earlier. I think that the more we don't know ourselves, the
Mhm.
reason we're surrounded by too much noise. The noise is the external environment, people talking, conversations, TV, social media, your phone, your cell phone, your iPad, all this stuff. All that prevents you from really. How do you get to know a girl? You get to know a girl if you're a dude, or if you're a girl. How do you get to know a guy? You talk to them. How do you
Mm.
get to know yourself? You have to
Yeah,
talk to
talk to yourself.
be with yourself. And just because this is what people confuse, just because you're by yourself doesn't mean you're by yourself. When I say you're by yourself, some people are by themselves, but they're still thinking about all the drama of the
Mhm.
external world, what happened on the news, what happened in reality TV. When I say by yourself, don't even think it. Think about, just look at a cloud, look at the wall, be by yourself.
Yes.
I'm serious. If you by yourself and you stare at the wall for 10 minutes
Oh
and
yeah.
don't move your eyes, just focus on, you could draw a circle or a dot on the wall. And if you do that every day for 10 minutes, things will shift on the inside of you. But we don't spend enough time with ourselves to know ourselves. The
Mhm.
more time you spend with yourself, the more your intuition will kick up and build up. You know, if
Mhm.
you don't use it, you lose it.
Absolutely, and that is so true.
Yeah.
Here's another great question.
How to get rid of heavy spiritual confusion like fogginess. Um, I think now in today's time, it's like overload with information. And sometimes, like, you gotta understand, there's hundreds of thousands of hours of spiritual information on YouTube. And sometimes we would spend a whole year on a book.
Yes.
Now we
It's
try to go through 10 books in 10 days.
yes.
Audio books. Like, we're doing so much and there's so much contradictory. We have to focus. Like I said, we
Yeah.
got to focus on, it's better. What King Simon's in the chat. And I might be messing
Oh,
up this, quote, but they say the man who can master one punch is better than the man who practices 1,000 different punches.
yes.
If we could just master one thing or tap into one
Mm,
thing and then go on from there, it would be way better for us spiritually. But it's just overload right now. There's so
yeah.
much information
So
out.
much information. We truly are in that age, and it is an overload. Yeah.
Somebody said thoughts on. I don't even know what's that, Ms.Blue?
I listen. I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what
don't
that is.
know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to get back with you, Brother Rich. We'll get back with you on that. I don't know what it is. I won't even try to say it.
Okay. What is one of my favorite books? And this book was criticized a whole lot by a lot of people, but I understood the purpose of it and I appreciate it for what it did for the world, and that's The Secret. And
Yes, that was one of my awakenings.
yeah, that was like one of the books we needed at that
We
time.
did. We did.
It wasn't perfect, but nothing's
No,
perfect. But
no.
I appreciate it for what it brought
Yes.
to the world. It
Yeah.
shifted the
It
paradigm in
it
terms
cracked
of
things open. It cracked the seal so that you could get that, but then you were able to go further. But for me, when I first seen it, read it, I cried for like 2 weeks straight because it was everything I had been feeling, kind of not knowing in my life, wanting to connect with. It was all in that same kind of area. Yeah.
it,
Powerful.
it had an impact similar to like how the movie The Matrix had an impact. It was one of
Mm,
the moments in life that it
yeah.
just really shook up reality to the core. So yeah, shout out to The Secret,
Yeah.
Linda
Beautiful.
Burns.
Linda Burns. Yeah. Okay, I'm a little behind, Brother Rich. I gotta scoot up.
Oh, good.
I gotta scoot up. They're talking about Dr. Eileen Bay. I'm like, wait a minute.
Appreciate you, ex beautiful. Appreciate it.
I gotta go. And I just see where King Simon entered the building. I was trying to find there he is. Shouts out to Brother King Simon. Amazing brother. Amazing
Shout
brother.
out to the Ascendant Infinite Goddess. That's another big time supporter on my
Okay.
channel.
Let me see. Let
Shout
me
out to
go down. I must say get to it. Or maybe I passed it.
you.
Um Oh, are we getting the questions? The same questions over again? September, December, King Simon said. I think I'm too. Here we go. Let's go here.
Do you recommend traveling to any other African countries to find yourself or a purpose? If you feel that
Mhm.
inside, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I said this on my show. One place I want to travel to that I think there's some type of connection there with me, maybe in a past life or something, is South Africa. If we're talking about
Ooh,
the continent of Africa outside of
yeah.
Kemet, I definitely want to visit South Africa. So everybody's different, and you
Yeah.
may just have this urge to go to a place and you don't know why. So yeah, if you have that urge, then definitely,
Go for it. Yeah.
yeah,
And it will open up the way for you. The more that you put that energy out there, the synchronicities will start to line up for you.
indeed, yep, facts,
Yeah. Yeah.
facts. With the conscious community being about love, why are so many in it still single? I wouldn't say the conscious community is we don't preach love like that. It's not
Yeah.
like a love-based community. It's more of a information-based community, historical-based community where like kind of like Hidden Colors teaches us about our history, but
Yes.
love is something a little deeper than
Mhm.
just to say the conscious community is about love. But being single, it's a lot more than just love. Like
Yeah.
there's so many nuances with love. There's so many things in terms of relationships that it's going to take a lot more than just talking about love yourself to
Yeah, it's more about the intimacy and
yeah,
understanding the components of bringing a relationship together. So you can have love and be single. Like that's a possible thing. But if you're saying why so many people are single that love, because like you were saying, Brother Rich, it takes more than just love. It takes intimacy, the need for to experience that love. And everyone is in a different place, or some people are, and how they know how to experience that. But one of the things I think that we all could use a very good dose of is learning how to be in relationships. But the first relationship starts with yourself. And that's why the self-love is a foundational piece, because when you have, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it's a lifelong thing that we'll be doing, is learning how to love ourselves. But when you have a healthy understanding about yourself, it makes for healthier relationships. It makes for healthier coming together. It makes healthier for you to be in union with another person, not out of codependent relationship, but out of soul choices. I personally feel, and Brother Rich, you can tell me how you feel about this. Since we've come out of soul contracts, that's why the pause is there. There's been a gap in all of humanity, whether people are conscious or not, whether you live in America or not. Marriage and unions are not what they used to be, because we are now learning, how do I make choices as a sovereign being, as opposed to feeling like this was some sort of destined or something that's contractual that I'm really not connected to. And so we're learning, how do we manage that you're in my life, not because we had some past life and something's tying me to you, but truly because I am choosing and you are choosing, and we have made this commitment together within our consciousness, as opposed to, I don't know why I can't stop being with him, or I don't know why I won't leave her alone. I won't leave him alone because I truly love him. And that's who I am choosing to have as my earth mate while I'm here on the planet, or I'm choosing her as my earth mate to build something together here. No one's forcing me, and nothing is holding me, and nothing is pushing me towards that. This is my soul's choice to do it.
Yeah, that was said beautifully. Yeah, I don't have nothing to say after that. That was said beautifully. I agree 100%. I feel like this moment, this pause, as you call it, is teaching us a lot about ourselves. And, a lot of us do things for social acceptance. And a
Yeah.
lot of relationships over the last, let's just go 30, 40 years,
Yeah.
was because of social acceptance. Well, I'm a
Yeah.
doctor, so I need a lawyer wife. Or
Right.
I'm a Christian, so I gotta be, or I'm this, so I gotta be. And you really don't love that person, but it goes with our outfit.
Yes.
It's part of our outfit when we
Right.
go outside to say, "Hey, I'm married. Look, I have a ring," or this and that. So I think that humanity is really figuring itself out before the whole relationship thing picks up again. I'm thankful that throughout this whole thing, I've been in a relationship for the last 20 years, and to see everything happen, and I'm on the opposite end being in a relationship, is just like, wow, I'm thankful to be in
Yes.
one. Just a piece of advice I would have for those who are in the spiritual community is that relationships they're marathons, and it's not something that, if you're looking to last long in a relationship, and to truly understand somebody, it's not just about agreeing with somebody, or somebody be having a yes man for a woman, a yes man for a man, or a yes woman for a woman, and them just saying, like, if I say I like blue, oh, I like blue too, baby, or I like
Right.
this, or I like to do that, baby. Like, it's good to have somebody who shows you your weaknesses sometimes, and
Mhm.
also could bring the best out of you. And
Right.
sometimes you may not see eye to eye with that person all the time for an extended period of time. And I bring that up to say, like I brought up with the whole, when I had my son, and I went through a period in my relationship. If I was somebody in the spiritual community, they would have classified it as toxic and left their relationship and
Yes.
and started
Yes.
all over. And then but it's almost like it's the same thing with people you love. Sometimes there may be a 1 year toxic period that you may have
Yes.
to decide whether it's worth it to make it through that or not.
Right.
And we're in this mental era where everything is mental health, and everything is toxic, and everything is that, and we're weak now. We're more weak than
Yes.
we ever been. And I'm not saying to stay in anything that's abusive or anything like that, but what I'm saying is no relationship is perfect. And if you go on Instagram now, there's people be like, oh no, she gotta have this, she gotta have that body, she gotta have this, and the girl's like, well, he gotta this. This woman on Instagram that act like a man that make 70,000 is broke.
Zero, right?
I'm like, whoa! I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, if I was single, like this online, they're like, oh, don't take me to Houston's for a first date. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Sometimes me and my girl be laughing.
Yes.
Like saying we like, you know what we like, one of the things we like eating is like, they call it tin fish. That's the fancy name they have for it. It's basically like fish and crackers. So it's like pretzels and sardines and shit like that. And you got pickles and all this shit and all these fancy crackers. And I'll be like, damn, baby, if I was single and I had this laid out for a girl, she might tell me, nigga, you ain't got no chance. Get your ass out of here. This nigga bought me sardines for the first date. And I'm thinking like it's romantic. I got this and that and all types and a few cheeses here and shit like that. Man, I wouldn't stand a chance nowadays.
Listen, so I'm telling you, it really is. You made a very profound point there, Brother Rich, because we have to learn what it means to get to know a person. And like you said, even the spiritual community is not immune to that, because so many people want, if he's not conscious, if he's not this, if she's not that, if she's not, all of these extra stipulations that have nothing to do with, do you really love and care for this person? Because relationships, there's an aspect to relationships that have nothing but everything. It's built off of love, but it takes more than love. It is a business that you have together. It really is. You run it like a business. And if you're only going off of how you feel, you may not like your kids. People done threw kids away. They done threw mamas and daddies away. We're throwing away people because we can't get a hold of our own emotion when it comes to how we connect. There's times where you don't like yourself. So you got to know, if you're in a relationship with people, there's going to be times. I remember Michelle Obama said it was like 7 or 8 years she couldn't stand Barack.
Yeah.
But she knew she loved him. She loved him. We are all growing, evolving. You're not going to stay the same. And if you don't have that kind of compassion and love, everybody wants unconditional love, but nobody wants to give it. Doesn't mean, like you said, stay in something unhealthy. But if you want unconditional love, you got to understand what that means. That means sometimes I can't stand you. And that could be a friend. That could be a sibling. That could be a child. That could be a mother. That could be a father. That could be somebody you work with. Sometimes you can't stand them.
Yeah, beautiful. Yep.
Yeah, but you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You say, well, okay, we gonna give them mercy. We gonna give them time. We gonna give them grace. Baby, it's something they're growing through, and I'm growing through, and we can work from there. You know
how much a person changes? Like, let's say we talk about this till death do us part. Let's say a person is in a 40-year relationship, marriage. Do you know how much those two individuals had to change throughout the course of those 40 years? How much understanding had to take place? How much devastation happened in their individual lives, or triumphs, or just family drama, or whatever, like job drama. So it's like, listen, y'all, don't get caught up in Instagram, y'all.
I'm telling you, that's not the real life, and you will be forever lonely. Forever lonely.
No,
Ms.Blue, how do you stop water from flooding in my place? I have moved. Water runs from the wall. I've always had a place. Water in the north corner. Door to stop it. Plumber can't find the source. Very interesting. I'll come back to that. We gonna focus on Brother Rich. I can answer it, but I'm gonna let Brother Rich get his questions. But yeah. Yeah, you got some stuff going on over there.
Wow. That one came out of nowhere.
I thought it was a question for you at first, and I just clicked on it. Here's a good one right here.
Oh man, Brother Panic. Bless that brother
Yeah,
soul.
I'll shade a brother Panic. Yes.
If we're gonna talk about authenticity, brother Panic
Whoo! Yes, yes.
embodied authenticity.
Authenticity,
Oh
being himself,
yeah,
100%,
yeah.
unapologetically. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Brother
Powerful.
Panic showed us that sometimes we could get caught up in pop spirituality
Yeah.
and just the trend, the spiritual trends, and Panic wasn't about that. So he would do things like tease the name Hotep. So he'd be like, "No Tep, niggas, no Tep."
Yeah.
You know, we get caught up in the newest thing in spirituality, and we just say what
Yes.
everybody else is saying or do what everybody else is doing. And Panic reminded us to know thyself.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
he talked about it. Sometimes it could be a selfish thing, whereas it's just something that only you know. It's
Right.
something it's just for you. It's not a collective thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes know thyself is just about you doing
You.
you. So
Mhm.
yeah, shout out to Panic for the
Shouts
authenticity.
out. Yeah, absolutely. He
Yo,
he
yo,
definitely he
real quick,
definitely
Ms.Blue, real quick.
yeah.
Yo, one time I'm with my girl. Yo, we turn on we on YouTube. We turn to the channel. This nigga got a pizza in one hand, some soda in another hand, and he's eating while he's talking. His mouth is full.
Yes.
I said, yo,
You
there's
know,
nobody like Brother Panic.
I'm telling you, there is times that me and Panic would be doing the show and Panic would be using the
Oh
bathroom. And I was like, Panic, I tell you, he definitely helped me to see you cannot take yourself too serious.
Serious, yeah,
You
kid.
cannot take yourself too serious. We would laugh and laugh till I literally was seeing stars. I'd be like, Panic, you are wild. Oh my God, you
Wow,
wild.
dude.
You
Panic was
wild.
wild, dude. Shout out to Panic.
Oh yeah. Shouts out. I'll shade a Panic. Yeah.
Yeah, speak speak about your upcoming trip to Honduras with the shamans. Yeah, well,
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say it's the shamans necessarily. I get cigars from out there. I got
Mm-hmm.
access to the cigars that the shamans use. I
Mm-hmm.
may meet one or two of them. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going out there. It's going to be a spiritual trip, and I'm going to meet a
Okay.
lot of spiritual people. So, yeah, I'm gonna have more. If I'm a document it, y'all. I'm gonna bring my camera
Yes.
and I'm gonna document.
Yes.
So y'all gonna be able to see it. It's gonna be exclusive footage in
Mhm.
Honduras. But yeah, I got these Ms.Blue. I don't know if you've seen it yet,
Let
but
me
I got
see.
these cigars. I don't have the cigars in front of me, but the name
Mhm.
of my cigars is Radio Cigars. The
Oh,
community
what?
their, their,
Listen.
their communication devices, and they function as it's part of our spiritual technology.
Yeah.
We have a lot of spiritual technology that we abandoned because of Western technology, but
Mhm.
things like cigars and tobacco was something that all our cultures use.
Yes.
And people who donate to my channel, I got a PayPal link. People who donate it, I gift them a cigar. But I'm low right now, so y'all gotta wait till my next. I just shipped out. Everybody's got theirs coming on the way. But
So so
yeah,
these are real cigars that you get from Honduras.
100%. Let me see if I got it in front of me. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. I love it. Absolutely love it.
This is
Y'all
this
out here,
is
let me find
this
out. Let
is
me find
Miss
out. You Rick Rossing us out here with the cigars.
Miss Blue. This is
Oh,
100% tobacco. This is none
yeah.
none of the shit that they have in the. First of all, we got to understand the science of tobacco and how
Yes.
our cells, our body has nicotine receptors all over it.
Yeah. They try to
So
make you think that all of that stuff is
yeah,
bad
well,
and
yeah, these are the cigars. It's
oh
100%
wow.
natural tobacco from Honduras. The water is different where it's grown. The soil is different. These are
Yeah.
absolutely incredible when it comes to tapping in. Look,
Yes.
if you're looking for answers, Chat GPT has nothing on this. Nothing.
No. You know,
Nothing.
the first time there were two sisters, and actually, this was right around the pandemic, and I met with them, and actually, I will be following up with them, but they actually are from Cuba,
Mhm.
and they have their own cigar company. They're twins.
Oh,
And they were, this got inspired, Brother Rich, because I had a dream where I was in this house. I couldn't figure out where I was.
Mhm.
and everybody was wearing white clothes, and we were sitting on the floor in the hallway. You know how in elementary school they would make you sit down in front of your classroom? We used to have to do that, and we were sitting there, and I was sitting there, and the man called me in the room. And when he called me in the room, I came in the room, and it was this man sitting there, and he had these huge leaves. At the
Mm.
time, I didn't realize they were like tobacco leaves. He had
Mhm.
these huge leaves, and these leaves were there. I did a whole show on this, and he had the leaves there, and he was laying them on the floor. And he said, the other man that brought me in the room said, "Pay attention, Blue. He's going to show you something." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Look at this. I'm going to teach you how to read these leaves."
Mm.
And we were reading the leaves, and people were coming in the room, sitting down. And he was like, "Okay, Blue, your turn." And he taught me how to read the tobacco leaves. So my mother's family is from South Carolina.
Yeah.
So I started talking to my mother about this dream. And my mother said, "Well, you know, we used to have a tobacco farm, your grandfather
Wow.
growing up."
Beautiful, beautiful.
And she was saying, "Yeah, Papa used to go out there and Papa would get the leaves." And she said, "It sounds like it was a tobacco leaf." So I started doing research, bumped into these two sisters online. We had an amazing conversation. They were like, "Yes, we're going to be doing tours to Cuba, show
Mm.
you." And she started telling me, she said, "You know, actually, the women are the ones that you see smoking a lot of the tobaccos."
Mhm.
And so she went into this whole story. I'm not going to go into it, but that's how I really got into this whole thing. And I was like, started researching about the tobacco leaves, and reading, playing around with them, but then also smoking them, and seeing how they're used for more of a spiritual purpose, to really tap in. When I think about the oracles, that was some of the things that they would burn in the earlier times, and they would take in the essence from the tobacco, and this would put them in an altered state of consciousness that
Mhm.
will help them tap into the super conscious, and they
Mhm.
would channel these messages that they would give out to the people. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you look, I'm gonna have to get me Brother Rich. I'm gonna,
Wait till I get a fresh, a new batch, and I'm gonna send you
yeah,
some. I'm definitely gonna send you
yeah,
some, Blue. But it's an absolutely amazing experience. The
yeah.
trance state that you're going to,
Mm-hmm.
the tobacco is awesome. Like people was talking about intuition earlier.
Yeah,
This is something great to tap into your intuition and just to calm your nerves, calm yourself, so you can get to know yourself.
yeah.
Sometimes, like sometimes you nervous when you go on a date when you was young.
Yes,
Sometimes we're nervous when we're getting to know ourselves. So we
that's
sit
true.
there, we fidget, and then we act like some
All
our
kind
phone
of
is
thoughts
ringing.
is
We
coming
doing
up.
all types of shit. We're nervous when it comes to getting to know ourselves because it's scary. So
Yeah.
this right here, oh man, it helps you to just like relax and really have
Remind
a conversation with yourself. So
Wow,
it's amazing.
powerful.
Yeah.
Remind me of the panic back.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I love it.
There you go. There
What did
you
it
go.
say? Oh, we're kind of behind on questions, you guys. I'm trying to get us caught up. Me and Brother Rich is talking. I don't know if that's a question or no. We still. I'm
What's
still
that?
behind.
I tried that. I tried that with my ex-hubby twice. Yes, sadly, he couldn't be honest and stop cheating. I did and do understand my assignment.
Oh,
There you go.
sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, I mean that's why I said you have to decide when enough is enough.
Yeah.
Obviously, cheating was a deal breaker for you.
Yeah.
So if this is something that he continuously does, then yeah, definitely. I'm
Of
not
course.
I'm not saying definitely don't stick around for that. We
Stay
all got
around.
we all got
Right.
deal breakers. Things we can't live with
Can't
like
deal with. That's
I
right.
can't do that. So yeah, but that and it's different for each one of us. So yeah,
Right.
definitely.
And then I think the course of more than the focus on the cheating is the communication between you and your partner,
Mhm.
because that's where the first trust was broken, not the cheating. That's the after effect of
Mhm.
what wasn't or was happening within the relationship. That's the
Indeed. That's
the
that.
aftermath,
Yeah, aftermath.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the aftermath. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, they're going crazy, Brother Rich. Everybody's
Tasha.
on them.
Oh, the cigars. Yeah, them cigars. Yeah. Wait till I get another batch in y'all. I'm gonna make sure all of y'all get some.
Oh yeah, we definitely going to be on it.
Indeed, indeed.
Okay. These is just questions. Okay, hold on. Well, listen, you guys, Brother Rich, I know what you told me. We didn't kept Brother Rich here longer.
It's all good. I had a good time. It's all good. I had a good time on here with y'all.
Yes.
Um, I had to go back. Okay.
Okay. These are okay, we finally getting caught up to
Dope, dope. Somebody connected with the tobacco. Dope. That's dope. That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah, yeah.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah, everybody is loving that. So you guys definitely you gotta is it your Patreon for to join the Patreon to be able to be on the list to be able to get the tobacco?
No, they could
I
just
mean,
make a donation to my PayPal, but I'm not gonna leave it now.
okay.
Because I just, I don't want people to, because it's a wait. It's like, how Panic used to tell us it was a wait for the
Yes,
Panic.
yes.
When
Wait
I,
for
when
my sessions. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. There you go. Anything good, you have, it's not microwave.
It's
This ain't
not like you
microwave
can get
stuff.
it like this.
Yeah, so it's a little wait. So I just want to wait till I get a lot more in, and then I'm leave my information. But trust me, all of y'all will have one by the end of the year. All of y'all. All of y'all. Trust me on that.
Listen, so we definitely got to run that up. Brother Rich, anytime you want to come back, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Love you so much. Keep doing the powerful work that you're doing. Grateful to be
When I get
connected.
back, and I want to come back. When I get the
Yes,
when I get back
yes,
to Honduras,
yes, yes,
I'll be fully charged,
yes.
and I want to talk to y'all. So when I come back from Honduras, I'm gonna come back on the show fully charged, y'all.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, wow. Rich, any other? Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Not right now. Not right now. I'm using PayPal because I want everything to be organized with
Yeah,
whoever's sending the donation. So right now it's just PayPal. Yeah.
yeah,
I was doing Cash App, but I'm not really going to utilize Cash App for the donations for the cigar.
yeah,
So right now, just PayPal.
yeah, yeah. PayPal's good. My accountant loves it. Keep everything in one spot.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Everything in one spot.
Somebody had asked earlier. I just want to touch on it real quick.
Okay.
My sister had asked about sitting in silence. I can't remember exactly what
Yeah,
she
let me see if I can find that. I did see that question. I think I went over. She said, how long should we sit in
said.
silence? I think that was the question or something. Let me see.
And
Is that it?
also, if somebody said I never received my cigar, hit me up on the email and let me look into it. If you haven't received it, maybe yours just went out recently. But my email is richandmerit@yahoo. That's RICHINMERIT@yahoo. And I'll look into it and see what happened with that.
Yeah. And ask your question again, whoever asked it.
Oh, no, I
Somebody,
see it. She says, should we sit in silence as long as needed? Like, what
oh,
if you end up sitting for hours? LOL. That mean, listen, if you could sit for hours and really be tapped into meditating, that is
mhm,
awesome. That is
mhm.
absolutely awesome. So, for each individual, like a reality is so
Yes,
personal.
it
It's
really
so
is.
personal that it's different for every person,
Mm,
each aspect of reality. So you have to decide what works for you, what you may need. I need to meditate for an hour every day.
yeah.
Do I do it right now? No, I don't do it. But I will. I'm working on it, and I will get there.
Mhm,
But if you're
mhm.
able to tap in for hours, that's
That's
awesome.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
If I can get 30 minutes, I'm good. But
Yeah.
yes, you need to be able to sit in silence. Here's another question here.
I witnessed a lot of people in my family flip out, get psychosis from smoking some marijuana. So I always stayed away from smoking anything. Can trying tobacco cause the same thing? Marijuana got a lot of shit in it, especially the marijuana that's
Mhm.
in this country. We don't know what the hell they put in
We
it. They
don't.
spray it with all types of pesticides and different things. And also being spiritual, we are sensitive to what we call drugs or whatever. I would say with the tobacco, you're not inhaling it. You're you
Yeah.
You inhaling it lightly,
You
but you
know,
just
I never knew that. I never knew that. I thought people were really inhale. They when I really seen, they was like, no, you don't inhale. You're not
you inhaling it in your mouth, but you're not all the way in
all
your
in
lungs.
your lungs.
I'm like, there's something called like the fire breathing with the tobacco where you like, let's say I got the tobacco and and I go, I got so much of the tobacco smoke around me. That shit is like, it's like one of the great, it's like your whole, it's like having a computer screen. It's like the smoke is like a computer screen in
Like a
front of
hologram.
a hologram, and you're looking at it, and it's like it's talking to you. That shit is
Mm.
an amazing feeling, Miss Blue. And it's like a fire breather. So you'd be like, and it's like, and you're just like puff, smoke, 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 smoke. And the next thing you know, it's all in front of you. And you just be sitting there, and you get in trance. Because like you said, it's like a hologram. So
Yeah.
you're in trance, and you just be like tapped in, Miss Blue. It's something
Wow.
you gotta experience. Son, you
Yeah.
gotta experience.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so to answer your question, I don't think you would get we're not inhaling it all the way, and it's not,
Mm.
this is 100% natural. None of that crazy shit that we get in the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Don't tell
not processed. It's not
yeah.
processed. So
No.
yeah. Yeah. But profound question and so true. We don't know what we are getting.
Listen, that weed,
Yeah. It's something serious.
especially once it went legal. Once it went legal and we started seeing it everywhere, oh,
Yeah.
y'all know something was up. Y'all know something.
Hmm. Mm. And that's facts. Yeah.
Mhm. Somebody said I've been having dreams of smoking green again, but October will make a year since I slowed down. That's what's up. I don't know if I'm officially done, but I never thought about the cigar tobacco. A lot of us never thought about cigars and
Mm-mm.
tobacco because it's something that sounds so foreign to us in our culture. It's just
Yeah.
weed, and tobacco. When you think about tobacco, you think about cigarettes. So
Yes.
yeah,
And it's not the same. Yeah.
it's not the same. Yeah, but
Mhm.
that was something that the indigenous on this land, the Americas. I mean, I'm talking when I say the Americas and tobacco, Cuba, America,
Mhm.
all the islands. I mean, Honduras, Belize, all the
Yes.
Americas, tobacco everywhere, everywhere in America. So that's
Wow.
something that's it's in our bloodline. It's in our bloodline,
Mm.
definitely.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, a lot of y'all are receiving yours. I received mine. Dope, dope, dope. Somebody said the cigar has been killing my weed cravings. Dope. On top of so yeah, dope,
Wow. That's
dope.
good. That's good.
Uh, about going, I'm thinking about going to an ayahuasca retreat for the enlightened experience. That's dope. That's dope.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's dope. We have cigar lounges here in Law. That's dope as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have them in Texas, cigar lounges. Yeah.
Dope.
Mhm. Here's a good point here. A lot of older people smoke cigars. That's true. You
Yeah.
do see a lot of older gentlemen, you will see them
Yeah.
smoking their cigars, and that's like their peace place. Like they'll tell my uncle will tell you when he got his cognac and his cigar, like, listen, he in another world. He can change the world when he get done. He will
Yeah.
change the world.
Yeah. Like I said, we given up. We've forgotten who we are so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And we use tobacco a lot. I love my tobacco pipe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Well, Brother Rich, I thank you so much. This has been incredible. I really, really love when we get together to have these conversations and really for you to continue to share your work and the things that you're doing. And yeah, we're going to get ready to get out of here. So, family, we're going to send some love. Definitely, if you're not following BlackMagik363 on YouTube, find Brother Rich. You can Google him. It'll come up anywhere, absolutely anywhere. And definitely stay tuned. So many of you are asking about different trips and how can you be a part. And you guys know I don't endorse something that, I just don't have it in me. If it's not something I don't feel is real, it's real. And that's why I tell you guys, definitely you want to connect with Brother Rich and see the things that resonate with you. He's going to have so many things coming up. Super excited to support more of the work that we want to see in the world. And it doesn't always have to be your jam. Sometimes, it's about the bigger picture. And we hear that all the time. And Brother Rich really has the bigger picture and how he's putting out information, not just his work, because I personally feel he's coming into another another dimension of himself, and we'll see him, take the stage and be that spotlight, and not just the person, doing the interviews or putting things together, but the person also bringing the powerful messages to us as well.
Real quick, Miss Blue, there was this dude, and Bobby
Yeah.
used to always talk about this, and I'll end it with this for the
Mhm.
family. There's this dude, he's called Preacher Man. You probably seen the video on the internet. It's a homeless dude that was at the gas station.
Yes.
And he was dropping signs to the dudes that was in the car, and he kept telling them it's about the journey. It's
Yes.
about the journey, because the destination is steadily evolving. So
Yes.
if you just looking at life for a single destination, once you get there, you're going to
Yeah.
be sad and disappointed, because there's a next
That's
destination,
destination. That's
and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So we got to learn to appreciate the journey, the good times and the bad times, the ups and the downs along the way.
yeah.
I remember one time, Ms.Blue, is a standout moment where, one of my toughest periods in my life, Ms.Blue. My
Yeah.
mother passed away. I was probably
Yeah.
about 27. I'm like
Mhm.
27, 28. I ain't got no mommy, no daddy in the world at 27. I'm a little down.
Yeah.
Uh, that's when my girl moved in with me. That's when she first moved in with me. And
Yeah.
um, I'm really confused. I'm real confused at that time. And I remember when I hit 30, when they say the Saturn return,
Yes.
but things got a little funky for me, because I
Mhm.
guess I had to change my diet. There was things that I needed to change that
Yeah.
I needed, I didn't change at that time. And I remember one time I was in Central Park. I'm from Harlem.
Mhm.
I'm just like, I think I was crying, there was snow outside. So I dropped to my knees. I'm just like, oh shit, I'm trying to understand life. And I dropped to my knees. And
Mhm.
when I did it, when I did it, I'm just like, how you like trying to figure out life, and you like, oh my God, what's going on? My mother died, this, that, whatever, whatever. And when I dropped to my knees, something, I felt like it was the Truman Show, and I was being
Mhm.
watched. And I had this feeling, it's just a feeling that came over me. It was like, yo, look what the earth realm could do to a mighty, mighty God like him. The earth
Wow.
realm will drop the strongest of gods to their knees in this
Wow.
motherfucker. This realm ain't no
Wow.
joke. This is one of the hardest games to play
It
in the
is.
cosmos. Trust me, I'm an ancient God, and this shit dropped
Yes.
me to my knees trying to figure it out. So
Wow.
it ain't always been easy for me. If you think it is, if you see my confidence, it took me. It was the journey, understanding certain things,
Yeah.
but I remember that moment, and I felt like I was being watched on TV, and I didn't mind it. And I said to myself, y'all can learn. Like, yeah, y'all want to come down here? Yeah, this
Yeah.
ain't no joke. Yeah, learn from this shit. I'm
Yes.
like, I know I'm powerful, and this shit could do this to me. I want y'all to learn from this right here. And it
Yeah.
was just like a real weird experience. I felt like I was being watched in that moment, and I was trying to teach them as they was watching me about this realm before they come
Mhm.
back down to this realm. So it was
Yeah.
just real weird. That day was real
Wow.
weird, and it stood out to me. So just want
I
to.
love it. No, no, no. Real talk. Real talk, and a powerful realization, not a confirmation. Realization, that's when you come one to face with the God, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, powerful. Powerful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but I
We
listen. I appreciate being on here, Miss Blue. It's a good. It feel like it's family vibes. It feel like it's fun, and
yeah.
that's what's important for us
Yeah.
to have fun with this information, and really make it an enjoyable experience. So it's real fun being on here on the blue. Is this the blue room? Is that what they call
Yes,
it?
that's the blue room. That's the blue room. We the blue room. And it's always going to have that air of the remix still there, although that's a evolved to the All About Frequency show. But,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of y'all in the chat. Like I said, once I make the trip to Honduras, I'll let y'all know about that. Mr.
Yes,
Blue,
please.
talk to you soon. Can't wait to
Yeah.
get you back on my channel again.
Yes.
Keep
Anytime, anytime. Just let me know.
up. Listen, y'all, Miss Blue, she's been a legend in this thing for so long. I've heard so many magnificent things about Ms.Blue from so many powerful people. So many people respect you out here in these streets. So keep doing what you're doing. There's nobody like you out here. And yeah, let's just enjoy the rest of the time we have down here in this realm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we'll thank you, Brother Rich. Love you so much. Love to you and the fam. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead, you guys. What a powerful, powerful share. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Listen, we're not going to stay on here too long, you guys, but I want to say thank you to everybody for coming over. If this is your first time listening or first time tuning in, definitely make sure you go and connect with Brother Rich. He has a wealth of people that come on his channel as well as himself also. If you're new here, you are free to subscribe and like. You know, we have a good time over here. We learn over here. We do many things over here. And I'm going to get ready to close out, but I want to remind you guys that the Galactic E-Files is available. And by the way, shouts out to everyone who signed up for the Galactic E-File. Now, here's one of the other things that I'm going to be doing, because I know it's going to eventually sell out. And I'm going to give you some details so I can let you know on some things. And I want to give a big shout out to this sister as well, New Balance. New Balance, definitely big supporter of Brother Rich's channel, but has come in like many of you from Brother Rich's channel. I'm so grateful for you all and just continuously doing your work and also coming and supporting as well. So to everybody who is here, sending you so much love. Shouts out to the moderators, Brother Lance, Lola Falana, Brother Dante, and to everyone in the Blue Room as well for listening in. I want to let you guys know, I'm trying to get it out so we can get out of here because I'm so excited. This has been a beautiful share here tonight with Brother Rich, who is such a visionary. And I just cannot wait to see the things that he continues to really share with the world going forward in the way that only Brother Rich can. Such a visionary and really a pivotal pillar in the conscious community, not just as a creator, but actually as a teacher, a spiritual teacher, and a guide as well. And so I'm truly honored to have him come on and to hear him speak, because normally he's the one who's asking the questions. But hopefully this gave you a deeper insight into Brother Rich for those of you who may not have been familiar with him or even familiar with him, to really have him share his path with us, his journey with us, and also, you know, share his insight and wisdom as well. So I want to tell you guys, the Galactic E-Files, you guys are running it up. Like, seriously, I woke up like, whoa. If you don't know what the Galactic E-Files is, I've been doing it for quite a few years. I'm doing it a little different in this Galactic E-Files. And so this particular Galactic E-Files has everything to do with the 7 suns. And I want to pull this up. I put the link there. So if anyone is interested and you want to check it out and find out if this is something that you're interested in and you want to be a part of. For one, it's a great opportunity if you've ever thought about taking one of my classes or wanting to know more about the work that I do. This will give you an introduction to that, because with the Galactic E-Files, what comes with it, and this Galactic E-File is the Mystic Decoder. And this is about the vault. It's about the vault of the 7 suns and unlocking the frequency of your next life. And the reason I'm talking about that, because you will go in, this is designed and coded to carry you through the next 7 years on the planet. I want y'all to hear me when I say that. This is designed to carry you through the next 7 years on the planet. So I want you to go there. This is about frequency technology that you're going to be tapping into here. But what I'm doing as a bonus is that we will have a live cosmic transmission. And that call is going to go on later in the month. So you will get the galactic e-files, the um, the mystic decoder. You will start working with this information and doing the steps. And then we're going to get together later in the month. You'll get an email and we're going to hop on a cosmic Zoom call and we're going to go through a live transmission that has to do with working with the center of our galaxy and also the star Sirius. And of course, the energy of Earth. Now, I'm going to leave that right there. But what you're also going to do is I will be sending out for everyone who has the Galactic E-Files. You will get this within the next week or so. And you don't have to do anything. You'll receive the email and I'll put it out. I'm also going to give you a Spirit Quest transmission as an additional bonus because this is how important I want this work to get out to you. And I made it so it's something everyone can afford. You guys have sent donations and you've done other things. I like you to have tools and things that you can begin to work with that's going to help you elevate in every area of your life and help you tap deeper into your multisensory abilities so that you can step into this portal that we all have been, this opening we're still in, so that you can walk into the highest, greatest version of yourself that you can imagine. And I say that because it is like Brother Rich was talking about. You get to one destination and then there's something else that you're striving for. Never lose the desire to expand your consciousness and awareness. We call it a spiritual journey, but we're really on a journey of expansion and growth, especially those of you who know that you come back and you have a deep desire to serve humanity and to move the path forward when it comes to raising the consciousness within yourself and to leaving humanity at a higher elevation or frequency than when you arrived here. So I want you all to go check this out. If you feel called, I definitely want you to tap in. You understand? Mm-hmm. Oh, and New Diamond said, "Oh, I cried." Let me read this. She said, "Oh, I cried a good cry tapping in this rising. It was so good. Thank you, Ms.Blue. Thank you." And you guys are already working with it. I've gotten so many emails. Remember, I use the review section as a living oracle file. So you can go there and leave your feedback day by day that you're working with this. But this is something that you will have and be able to work with over the course of the next 7 years. And I guarantee you, I create these things. They're channeled transmission straight out of the Akashic records. And there's so many other things that are on the site. But I encourage you to check out the Galactic E-Files, because we're going to be tapping into those 7 suns and you will be unlocking different frequencies and codes for the next level of you. So I'm going to leave that right there. I think that's enough, as they say, enough said. Enough said. We're going to get ready to get out of here. Please leave your comments. I would love to hear what your takeaway from the show here, which was straight fire from the Brother Rich joining us here tonight. Remember, the veil is thin. Step inside the activation. There is a veil that we have that's over the planet, but then you have your own veil, which is your crown chakra. And that veil can only be pierced by you. It can only be raised by you. You're the only one that can raise your veil. And we need to do that. We need to do that. That's the work that we are here to do together. Every single one of us. That is the work that we are here to do. So this is Ms.Blue. And I want you to know that this conversation has been sealed in the archives. May it travel where it's needed, awaken who it's meant to reach, and remain a signal for those who are ready to remember. So I love you all. Love you all so much. Peace and love to the Soul family. I will see you all in the comment section. Peace and love. Ciao.
We can do better. We could be chasing dreams. We know what's right, and we know how it feels. Yeah, we can do better. We can make a change for real. Yeah, we can do a lot better. We can be facing fears. We know what's up, and we know how to get there. Yeah, we can be stars. We can be the best. Just put us to the test and we'll show the world there's another way. If we just try a little every day, we can make it better. We can do better. We can be